This is Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Sierra 117, and you're watching Xbox Ultimate. Now, finish the fight. Chief out.
Hello, everybody. What is going on? This is Xbox Ultimate Podcast. We are live. I think everything's working fine. Hi, if it is. Thank you to everybody in the chat for being here. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Pong is on his way. He is stuck working late as usual lately because this man is like a workaholic. Well, you guys don't know, he doesn't only do like 30,000 podcasts. Is that every second of the day, usually when he's not doing one of these podcasts, he's actually working like crazy, like a madman. So, shout out to Pong. Hopefully, you're probably listening on your way home right now. What's up, dude? But we're going to have some fun today, and we have an awesome panel. We have a guest who's kind of part of the fam already, part of the Fun Speculation family here. Shout out to Fuzzy Belvedere. Thank you for filling in because we have some people out today. So, what's up, dude? How are you doing?
Thank you for having me. It's been a rough week, but man, it's so good to be able to sit back, relax, talk to you guys about games, and so much appreciate the invite. Greatly appreciate being on here with everyone, and man, interesting stuff to talk about. Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. I mean, shout out to anybody listening on audio or after the fact, because I didn't let you know that there wasn't going to be an episode last week because I didn't see it coming, right? So we just had some stuff we had to take care of and stuff, so we weren't able to do a show last Friday. So it's been 2 weeks since I've seen some of my fam here, and it's awesome to catch up. So starting with somebody I haven't spoke to in 2 weeks. What's up, Lupa? How's it going?
It's Friday. It's 2 a.m. No, it's 9 a.m. p.m.
9 a.m.
It's Xbox Ultimate. Let's go.
You've been
yeah, I'm good.
You've been keeping busy.
Yes, I'm good. Thank you very much. I got all tongue-tied then. You just kept me out the loop so long I didn't know what I was doing.
You been playing anything?
Yes, I've been playing some Valhalla, getting ready for the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC, which I'm really looking forward to. I've been playing a couple of little games off Game Pass that caught my attention, a couple of indies, and I've also been playing a little bit of Dying Light 2, and that's about it, I think.
Awesome.
So yes, I've been having a blast.
Nice. What about you, Fuzz? You've been playing anything? Like Crossfire? You've been diving deep into that?
I've been trying to play that KhAoS campaign through Game Pass and unsuccessfully because of it's being locked down.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been filling that time with Insurgency instead.
Yeah,
I played
much better game
beta of Crossfire, but I'm not in the mood just yet to play their multiplayer because I know what it's going to be like, and I'm much more leaning towards Insurgencies.
Yeah. We have a huge Crossfire fan here actually on this show. Now, hey, shout out to you too, Jasper. Your stream, I mean, is that your best stream you've had?
That was my best stream I had.
Yeah, man.
Crossfire X.
That's crazy. I know. I don't know. Maybe it's because like you're just really you're actually
I think there's no content on that game either. Like there's no like videos before it came out. So it's like, let's see what this game's about.
Yeah, I mean, you got like I was looking earlier today. I was kind of watching back some of it, because like when you play it, it looks like it's almost a decent game, and then when I go and play it, it's like, is this what he was playing? Like, how is he doing these things in this game that is like feels like so weird? But dude, that's awesome that you had such a good stream with that, man. It makes it more fun. I think it's like at 1.2K or something views now, or
it
something.
was like 1.5, yeah. And I had like the most like people ever in my channel watching that night. It was 32 people or something like that. So
yeah, that's awesome, dude. Because I know how that is. Like, you're starting to get traction with that, and you get to one of these big streams and have some fun, you know. So cool, man. I'm sorry that the game that you had it with sucks so bad. But
all right.
You enjoy it somewhat, right? Like,
yeah,
it's not all bad for you.
If we want to like get into that, I'll go ahead and get into it.
Sure, but hey, let's say, how are you? Besides that, like,
yeah, I'm doing good. I've been hopping back between that and trying to finish Rainbow Extraction, but other than that, I've been playing those two things.
And I guess let me say hi to my wife here, who just showed up real quick, and we'll get into Crossfire. Hey, baby, I saw your face show up and then disappear. How are you doing?
Hi, yeah, I'm here. I'm having like difficulties. Sorry.
No problem.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello. I was doing mom stuff.
Yeah, mom stuff always like happens like right when we're about to go live. It's just
I just hear the little hi. Are you on camera?
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for being here as always, babe.
Yeah, so I've been playing since you weren't going to ask me.
No, I was going to ask what you've been playing. I already know what you've been playing.
I've been playing nothing.
No, I know.
Nothing. I thought I was playing my new Riders Republic, but that I thought I got for free, but
turns out it was a free to play weekend. Yeah. So
I blame you for that.
Yeah. It's my fault.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay, now I'm not going to take all the blame with this, okay?
No, you won't. Yeah.
Full disclosure, I was in a chat. I don't remember which show it was. I was watching a podcast, and it was Archimedes and Pong. And Archimedes World of Gaming. And Pong was the guest, and I was listening in, watching, and Wandering Dutch was like, "Hey guys, I just something just popped up in my Xbox that Riders Republic is like free with gold." And he was like, I don't know why. And I was like, oh, cool. So I searched it up and like on the Xbox, and it was there. It said install with gold. I was like, awesome. Heck yeah. So like I went there and I searched for it. I did it, and it worked. And I was like all excited. I was like, hey, this is one of those glitches that, you know, hey, we got one past them. You know what I mean? Like everybody's going to take advantage of this. And then today I was like, crap, I forgot to tell the whole fam about this, you know, so I told them, I checked to make sure it still worked, and I told all you guys about it. And then Jasper had to go and tell me it was a free-to-play weekend. So I thought we got this, like, you know what happens sometimes randomly. These storefronts have these glitches. You get something.
No, well, you know, like, you're like a YouTuber for gaming.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Shouldn't you have known this?
No, I don't actually read the news. I just like follow Twitter.
Yeah, well, like, you should look on your Xbox at your free-to-play weekend games in your perks.
I've been playing Dying Light and Rainbow Six Extraction and all these things. I've been trying to play Crossfire.
All the crack games, yeah, we know.
Yeah, but we'll see. So, Jasper,
Let's see.
Crossfire X, you know, like, you know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of a different take, so let's get into that, because you're usually the realist here.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe
everyone's hating on this game, and I'm like, it's all right. It's not that, like, the thing that bothers me is there's only one map per mode. They said there's more coming next month, so we'll see how it plays out next month. But right now, the major problem for me is just the lack of maps. Like, we've had the same map since the beta in 2 years for 2 maps.
What have they been doing for 2 years?
They took the money and made Lost Ark that came out the same month.
Well, like, Lost Ark's already been out since like 2019 in Korea or something, and which Crossfire, the original one's been out for forever, right? So this is like supposed to be the next evolution of that. But you look like you're enjoying it when you're playing it, so I imagine that you actually are. I don't know how.
Like,
but
I think the major problem is right now, like, a lot of people that just like hop in between like Call of Duty and stuff. When you play Call of Duty, you have aim assist, and Crossfire X has no aim assist, so like you have to learn how to like aim. There's no like lock on. It doesn't like automatically lock you on to your targets, and that's difficult for a lot of like console people because consoles has always had aim assist. So when you can like learn that there's no aim assist in the game, you can actually like shoot people better. So like if you have the skill to do it, the game's not that bad.
So you're saying the game sucks
Some of
because
us turn
I'm
off
bad.
aim assist.
Okay, I see where this is going. Right, I see where this is going. You're blaming people's lack of skill for the game sucking.
Yes, I am. And the other thing, that's the reason I don't like Call of Duty as much, because I get punished for my skill level. In Crossfire X, there's no skill-based matchmaking, so I can just go out and destroy people that are terrible.
Okay, I see where you're coming on this, but so I did see in the options there was something that said like aim assist.
Yeah, it does nothing.
It does nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, why is the control so weird and floaty?
I think what it is there's aim acceleration. So when you like get close to somebody, the aimer accelerates and it throws off your aim.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I did well. I'm not saying like I did well, right? Like I was positive, right? I had like a very positive kill death ratio. I was like probably like 3 kills per death or 2 to 3 kills per death, right? So it's not like I was sucking.
My best game in it so far, I think, is 51 to 3 kills. 51 kills and 3 deaths. So
yeah, that's. So I think you're just like weirdly adapted to this bad game. That's what
It's the same reason like why a lot of people like when they first play PUBG they struggle with it, because PUBG, I don't know if it has aim assist now, but at the time it had no aim assist on console.
Right.
So it was difficult for a lot of people to hop into on PUBG.
But also PUBG launched very janky as well. Yeah. Right. Would you acknowledge that this game is at least janky?
Oh, it's. I never said it was great. It's like. But I mean, I have fun with it. It's just a new shooter to play.
Yeah, it's a free to play game, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? And I don't know, like Fuzzy and me are having the same problem because you know Jasper actually spent money on this thing. But Fuzzy and I are having the same problem because we were trying to access the game, the campaign that was made by Remedy via Game Pass, which is supposed to be in Game Pass. And the only way to access the campaign mission is from inside the menu of the game. So when you launch the game, it accesses the menus, and you click on Operation Catalyst, which is supposed to be in Game Pass. It takes you to a screen that says it's on sale with Game Pass for $8.99. Regular price is $9.99, so a 10% discount.
Yeah.
And so I haven't even gotten to try the campaign, which granted some people have said it's better than the other thing that I played, which is the exact same thing.
Feels better in the campaign, but it's still kind of shit.
Okay. So Fuzzy, like what's going on with that, do you think? Like, I mean, is there something with Smilegate, or is it like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm at a loss as well. Like normally when it comes to like a Game Pass game, sometimes there's a little bit of a hiccup when the developer has like DLC or something that might be like an included thing for Game Pass, but then it doesn't download or something to that effect type of deal.
Yeah.
But this one just seems like it's like they didn't intend it to be included, or they just intended to give you a discount. And I guess Game Pass representatives were under the impression that it was included. So it's like they're investigating it. Hopefully by Monday it's resolved, but this thing launched, I guess, what was it, Thursday evening?
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And it's still not fixed. Like normally, if it was a mistake on Xbox's side, usually that's fixed like
within a few hours.
Yeah. But when it's a dev issue, possibly, or a publisher issue, then it usually winds up being like the next normal update date, which is like a Tuesday or a Thursday. So if this came out just yesterday, it might take until Thursday for them to get resolved.
The thing is, I don't know
they got
if
to
they're
do like a hot fix or something.
Updates out. I think the next update they said is early March. So
Oh,
Yeah.
It's just so weird,
hopefully-
man. Like, I don't
Hopefully they can
understand.
slide something in before then.
Did you see what Mr. Joanna Dark said, Mav?
No, and Mr. Joanna Dark actually works for Xbox. So
Yeah, we are looking on getting the game up for the Game Pass members. Check our Xbox support page.
yeah, I saw
page.
something that said they were
Awesome.
investigating the issue.
Yeah.
Right. So I just like usually because this has happened before, like after a game launches, where it's like not activating it for Game Pass. So it seems like I don't know. I shout out to you, Mr. Joanna Dark. So thanks for giving us that information. Yeah, we're looking forward to hopefully getting to play that, try the campaign. Based on what I played of the multiplayer. Now I'm not gonna like bash people who like the game, right? For me, it's like I'm not gonna try and ruin somebody else's enjoyment. You're liking the game, that's great, right? That's awesome. For me, oh my gosh, there's like so many things wrong with this thing. Like it feels like crap, it looks like crap, the guns shoot like crap, the aiming is weird, not just the like reticle movement, but when you aim down sights, it like does some weird shit sometimes.
There's a bug with the first gun that if you aim down sights and shoot, it aims you out. So
Yeah,
you have
that,
to like
okay.
use the SCAR instead
Okay,
of the
that
M4.
thing, yeah.
But who would know that though, other than you, Jasper? Somebody new
Right.
to the game would not know
So
that.
and then also I noticed this other weird thing with all the enemies running around, like their limbs just start going like this and stuff, just randomly, like all over the place, you know, while they're running. And it's like you can't tell what the hell's going on.
I haven't noticed that. But
You haven't noticed that? Well, look off in the distance at the guys. Their knees and their arms just start going like this and shit. It's like really weird. they're just running around and they're like it's weird, man. I'm just saying. It doesn't seem like. Now, I'm not trying to like say that hey, nobody should play this game. It's in Game Pass, free to play, all that stuff.
I'll be honest, the beta ran better than the full game.
I
But
did.
Oh wow.
Which was really bad. Which was
So
really
wait, you're trying to say you're saying you're not saying people shouldn't play it, right?
bad. Yeah, people should try it for
But
themselves.
you shared the Game Pass games and you crossed it out.
With okay, so that referencing my tweet, that's a joke, right?
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
It's a joke. It's a joke that spread out a little further than I thought it would.
Pause.
However, it for me, it's I put a Band-Aid over the Crossfire game, and I said great games for Game Pass this week with the whole Game Pass logo thing, because like, I don't know, man. It's just like it just feels like janky as shit, and I was hoping it was going to be, hey, what have they been working on in the last 2 years? Because we haven't seen anything up to launch, right? What have been working on the last 2 years since I played the beta, and it was exactly like the beta but worse. So, and I didn't like the beta, so it's just not for me, right? It's not for me. Anybody who's enjoying it, hey, props to you. I'm glad you found another game you like.
Props to you.
Yeah, props to you for finding that gem of Crossfire X. But yeah, it's just weird.
Spooky asked if you think that you would give it another try once the kinks are ironed out.
Well, they had 2 years to work on it since the beta.
and they added 2 new game modes, and that's it.
So I mean, yeah, I'll gladly give anything a try, right? I mean, it's free. If you had to tell me, hey, you're gonna have to pay like $60 or $70 to try, if you're gonna tell me that I gotta pay $60 or $70 to try something, right? But if it's something like this, it's like complete ass right now. Yeah, I want to see if that ass is better in a couple of months. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's gotten whipped into shape a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll be better in a couple months.
Hint taken.
No, not you. Your ass is great. And
Back in a couple months.
Yeah.
in a couple months. Welcome to married life. Hey, so Lupa, are you looking forward to playing this game at all, or is this just like off your radar?
No, it's off my radar. No thanks. It's just too old school, and it's just not something I'd enjoy playing. But I don't knock anybody else who wants to play it. I just know it's just not my genre, so to speak. I'm just got too much else to play at the moment. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, too much else to play. Right, that's the other thing. Okay, so I've seen some people like, because I made this other tweet being like, hey, if you really want to stop complaining about like Battlefield and Call of Duty issues, the best way to make those games seem better is spend 5 minutes on Crossfire X, go back to Battlefield and Call of Duty, and oh my God, you're in a brand new world of the amazing technology of video games, and everything's going to seem so much better. But like on that, like people are thinking I'm actually referring just to Battlefield, Call of Duty. So you could pick all these other free-to-play games too. Right, you got Rogue Company's a shooter that's kind of based on that Counter-Strike formula a little bit, right? You got Apex Legends, like how many free-to-play shooters are there out there? There's Fortnite, there's Warzone,
Slipgate or Splitgate.
Splitgate,
yes,
Halo,
Alien Fireteam.
Yeah,
that's in Game Pass.
Back for Blood.
Yeah, well, those are both in Game Pass, so I guess you could count that as well, right?
They do count.
There's just so many other options. Just why would you suffer through it? I don't know. I guess if you're Jasper, there's a reason.
Because he wants to be the bestest first-person shooterist in the world.
Now,
I'll go back to Splatoon because that's much better fun.
Jasper,
well, see,
I got to say something here, because when I was watching your stream, I noticed something, right? And it's something that you said the reason you like the beta. Because you can
you can spawn kill people?
You can spawn kill people. And I noticed you on your stream, I was watching, and in that first level, there was like you go and you see all these guys just spawning in front of you like a big fish tank full of people, and you're just sitting there around the corner just popping them off.
Well, get good. That's all I gotta say. Get good.
It's just spray and pray. That
you spray it into a barrel. It's like.
But okay. No, like the thing, like the one thing I do appreciate about this is like it has no skill-based matchmaking. Like if you're someone who's like decent at games, like above average, like I would say I am, you get punished in like modern games like the newer Call of Duties and Halo because you're always going up against someone either at your skill level or better. So you can never just like relax. You always have to play sweaty, and it's just annoying. So like sometimes you just want to chill out and play a shooter,
Yeah, that's what I do with Battlefield.
That's what I do with Splatoon.
Yeah, Splatoon. Splatoon is like it's like anxiety inducing for me. It's like because you're constantly having to move and like.
I just hate the switch controls.
Yeah,
it's like a first-person shooter though.
Yeah, but you just like got all that shit blue, and then somebody comes around behind you and makes it all pink. Like, what the hell did I just go and do all that for?
Well,
gotta get a mop.
Because you gotta hold your own map. You gotta keep your own color there, most
right.
prominent.
Now, Splatoon's pretty good. Splatoon's not a bad game.
It's not bad.
All right, so Crossfire X, for me right now, it's a 2 out of 10. When the campaign comes out, it might have an opportunity to go up a point or two. We'll see. Jasper, what would you rate it right now?
6 out of 10.
6? Okay.
Yeah. If there was more content, it would be like a 7.
Yeah.
But
I had predicted the review of 64 on a tweet, and earlier, like a few weeks ago. So, but the weird thing is also there's no reviews for this game either. So I don't know like how that happened as well. Fuzzy, based on you played the multiplayer a little bit, right? Just a tiny bit.
I played the beta.
Okay.
See, here's the thing.
It's the same thing.
That's funny. Well, the first hour I played the beta, it was kind of frustrating because I'm like, how are these people already in our spawn? And then I saw that you can run twice as fast when you equip a knife.
Well, the beta was broken. If you had an external SSD, you could load in before people would spawn in, and you could run up behind their spawn and just knife them.
See, as silly as it sounds, sometimes you just need that mindless fun to just like
yeah,
just have fun with the game type of thing.
Right.
But I'm actually going to probably either tonight or sometime this weekend hop on, play it, kind of like what I did with the beta when I realized it was broken. Equip a knife, run to the objective, wait, run around, stab people because I can run twice as fast and they can't shoot me if I'm running twice as fast. But yeah, just have fun with it. I know I'm probably going to be that guy that everybody's going to be like, what? Just dude's running around with a knife killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And watch their limbs. They look really crazy. I'm serious.
But yeah, it's going to be one of those games that I think it's going to take a while for them to fix to everybody's liking. But in the meantime, I think it's just have fun with it and just mess around, see how broken it. Well, I won't say how broken it is, but push it to the limit type of thing and see what fun can be had. But other than that, I'm still a huge fan of Insurgency. That's my number one, first person shooter, at least for me, on a daily basis. But mainly just the co-op. But I'm definitely going to give this multiplayer a try.
Yeah, right on, man. So we got some other cool news today, and Kate actually got to do a different kind of thing for our channel today, where she actually gave it like a little news update thing. So check out that video. Something we're probably gonna do like one of these like interesting or important news drops for games. Like she's gonna be our little reporter that like kind of goes on there and breaks that stuff down into short videos and stuff. So did you have fun doing that, babe? Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't mind it.
So the news was though that Modern Warfare 2, or the sequel to Modern Warfare, if it's called Modern Warfare 2, which probably will be, was actually officially acknowledged today from Activision and the dev teams, which is all of Activision, in the blog post. So they said that that it's going to have a new engine. And that's the game for 2022, is that it's going to be Modern Warfare 2 or some other title, but sequel to that good game that we got. Also, they're working on a update to Warzone, an updated experience for Warzone or something like that, and it's going to have a brand new play space, also created with this new engine, and that they're both created from the ground up. So this seems like a big leap forward for Call of Duty this year. Are you excited about that, babe? Because I know you do like Call of Duty.
I was not paying attention to anything that you just said. So
are you excited that they're making a huge leap with this new Call of Duty this year? Pretty much all the stuff that you read in the video earlier about the new engine and all of that stuff for this year's Call.
I'm so excited. I've been waiting for it. Especially since I'm like a better than average gamer.
Okay.
I can't wait to get sweaty with it.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be more like Fortnite.
Yeah. Oh, there was Battle Royale. I read that word today.
Yeah, because that's like
Warzone
is Battle Royale.
Oh, well, I mean, this is gonna be more like it's gonna be more like, the other battle royales.
So you're gonna be able to build and shit, you think?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool. They did say this, so they set a new play space for Warzone, new engine, and also built from the ground up. So immediately those things, and the other thing is Infinity Ward, right? Is working on this stuff. So
that alone makes us excited.
Yeah.
I will say there is some good news though. Like this is the earliest that they've officially announced a Call of Duty, so should be some surprising news to people. Like usually they wait till like May or June to like kind of announce it, and then they won't show it off till like July or August.
Yeah, I think it's because all these leaks happened like from prominent new game media like Jason Schreier and all these things where they were pretty much told everybody what's happening. It came out because of the Activision Blizzard news and all this Call of Duty talk. and then they kind of acknowledged that this is going to be multi-plat, and then the next one, right? And then they didn't know after that, but then Microsoft answered that question, which we'll get into that later. But this was really promising to see the aspects of like the new engine, because like Jasper, this has been a long time coming for Call of Duty.
They say
right?
new engine, but are they just going to be like, technically it's updated to 10.1 or
right.
whatever? It's like,
well, like Modern Warfare was better than the last two Call of Duties, in my opinion, with that. So if they're saying like better, like another step beyond that, like I think that could be pretty impressive. We'll see for sure, but because they're behind the new Warzone experience as well, I think hopefully we get a lot of these like issues ironed out, right?
Yeah, I think the devs came out and they said we fucked up. We caused so many problems trying to implement like 3 games into Warzone. It's just like it's just a buggy mess. So it's like,
yeah. I know Fuzzy made a good point, or somebody did earlier. No, I think it was KMed actually, because he was like, "Hey, maybe this will fix the install sizes." A new engine.
That would be a big benefit considering how much space these games are taking up. It's like every update, every patch, it's like almost another 20 gigs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like how big is it now to install everything, right? Like if you want everything that's in Warzone, it's like,
I don't know. I know they removed like 50 to 80 gigs with like cloud streaming, so they did some stuff to improve it, but
is this something that's on your radar, Lupa? I mean, have you gotten any more excited for potentially Call of Duty because you know that these games are in the future going to be in Game Pass at all? Or is it just, it's Call of Duty?
Absolutely not. No, I mean, there's still going to be the tryhards in there, aren't there?
The Jaspers?
It's not going to change.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, it's not for me. No. I mean, I'll play if there's a campaign, but I wouldn't play multiplayer, no.
Yeah. There will be a campaign because it's Modern Warfare. Like for me, like the last Modern Warfare game was the best Call of Duty campaign since the original Modern Warfare games.
Dealer tells me that.
Yeah.
That the best one is Modern Warfare, and he keeps pushing, but I'm not going there. No.
Yeah.
No.
I wonder if it's gonna have co-op. The other one didn't have Modern Warfare didn't have co-op, did it? Like for the campaign,
they had a special mode called Spec Ops.
Yeah,
it was kind of like it, but.
So, new engine, all that stuff, leap forward. Activision Blizzard acquires them, right? I mean, Xbox and Microsoft acquires Activision Blizzard. This is going to be a franchise that's going to be closely associated in the future with Xbox, right? So where do we think it's going to go beyond that? Like it's, we know it's going to, according to Xbox, Microsoft and the lawyer and everything, they have to be really front facing, and they're getting ahead of the regulations and talking about new open app policies and all of these things want to get implemented. According to them, this is going to be multi-plat, and it's going to stay multi-plat for Call of Duty. So as far as that goes, like, what does it mean for Game Pass in the future? Like, I'm really curious, like, how much Call of Duty is going to impact Game Pass in and of itself. Because I think Modern Warfare 2 is going to be the most hyped Call of Duty we've had in a long time.
Just because the last two have been terrible.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to have an impact on Game Pass subscriptions. Absolutely.
Yeah. But even if it's multi-plat, right? Because some people have been saying, "Oh, it's not going to draw any subscribers to Game Pass," and I'm like,
let's see, $70 versus $15.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you get it on PC now too.
Or none if you don't pay for it, like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. But it's some have been saying that because it's multi-plat, like it's gonna may have less people come over to Game Pass than it would have otherwise. And there's like a lot of ways to look at this, and I've had some good discussions on this. Because being multi-plat for me is almost like keeping the brand as relevant as it is as well, which has some long-term benefit, right? Like short-term benefit, you can say, hey, yeah, close this in, gatekeep it here just to Xbox ecosystem, and you're going to get like a lot of subscribers because you're going to get people bailing ship, coming over to Xbox just to play Call of Duty, right? But then the other side is if you do change the release schedule to 2 or 3 year cycles, and then you also only have it on Xbox, over time, what does that do to the brand of Call of Duty, right? Like 10 years from now, would Call of Duty
Might
be
diminish
as
it.
substantial as it is today? Right?
Well, if they go more of a live service with like continual updates, like Warzone's still the biggest battle royale, and it's just like they just get yearly updates with the new Call of Duty. So
Yeah,
like,
but it's multiplat, right? So, like, if you only had it in one ecosystem, would that potentially diminish the brand over time, right? Like Halo Infinite's great, but like PlayStation guys, a lot of people are just content not playing it, right? Even though it's Halo, it's one of the biggest game franchises out there, and all this stuff. So could that potentially happen to Call of Duty as well? Because Halo is not as big as Call of Duty, even though a lot of us love it more, right? Brand wise, it doesn't hold a candle as far as sales. Call of Duty is one of the best-selling games. It is the best-selling game every year because it's multi-plat and also because it has a long history, right? So if you do take it away to this one ecosystem and you also say, okay, it's 2 or 3 year dev cycles, what happens to Call of Duty's brand recognition and name over time?
People
It would
on
have
the
to have an effect.
other console will probably just find another game, especially with the gap in time. It's like, instead of it being every year, we'll just they'll pick up something else.
Maybe they would make more like
Battlefield
Call of Duty experiences though, because there was a rumor there's like 4 potential CODs coming out this year.
4 CODs coming out?
Yeah, there's COD Mobile, a new COD Warzone,
okay.
and then the
Those
Call
don't
of Duty
count.
thing, and there's some other thing.
Yeah.
But
well, so the other aspect of this is like, okay, if you do, because they are making it multi-plat according to them still, like in that world, the brand is going to stay relevant and successful and huge, right? And then you still get the benefit of saving the money if you're playing it on Game Pass. So over time, I think that has maybe even a bigger benefit than if it was exclusive.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, you can
So
get
it's a weird way of looking
perks
at it.
possibly.
Yeah, with Game Pass perks, all these other things. You know, you may get early content, you may get exclusive, some exclusive content. You may get like a map like a month early, or you may get all exclusive skins or whatever. Who knows? Hey, Pong Soul, welcome to the
Stop the show. Stop the show. I'm here.
Yes.
What's going on? What's going on?
How was traffic?
Hi, fam. Traffic was actually
Hi,
okay.
Paul.
We got a lot of ice. Hi, Lupa. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to see you got here.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to be here as well. I see we got a small crew tonight, but I heard Fuzzy's silky smooth voice, and that always makes me feel good. Fuzzy, it's good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, Paul.
We've just been
Yeah, it's
talking
been a
about
long day.
Ass and Crossfire X. That's it.
Ass and Crossfire X.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a combination because they're kind of both the same, right?
Exactly. Yes.
you got to check back in a few months, see how that ass is going.
Pong gets it. Pong gets it, guys.
I just wish I could try the single player. Like,
yeah,
honestly, that's all I wish. I found it on the Game Pass mobile app, right?
Mhm.
I actually found it last night. I couldn't find it in the store. I found it in the store, but it wanted me to buy it, right? For $9 or whatever the heck it was.
It's on
even
sale
though it said,
for Game
yeah,
Pass.
even though it said included with Game Pass, right? But it wouldn't let me do the free, right? It wouldn't let me just download it. So I went to the mobile Game Pass and I found it. And it said install the console. Click to install the console. It does its whole thing. It looks like it's connecting to my console. Nothing shows up. And now it's all gone completely. Now it's completely out of the store. Now I can't find it at all.
And it's gone.
Right. And it's gone. Right. Exactly. That's exactly what happened. Just, man, what a weird situation this is, man. To go from something that was hyped and like being pumped by Microsoft and Xbox because they were going to publish it to no longer publishing it and like it completely disappearing and then coming out and not, at least the multiplayer, not being very good. I've heard mixed reactions on the single player. So just a strange situation. What are you going to do?
Jasper likes the multiplayer because he's better than everybody else.
Well, that's the way it usually goes for Jasper, though.
Yeah.
Debbie Downer is usually better than everybody else. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
He doesn't really count. Like that's like asking Steel if he likes Halo multiplayer, right?
Yeah. I think Jasper would go into like an elementary school gym and play basketball and just start like swatting the basketball with all his kids and stuff and just like dunking on them and stuff.
You remember Cable Guy, right?
Yeah,
that's Jasper.
That's 100%. Yeah, 100%. and he'd be like, "Man, this was awesome." You know.
Well, I do say when we played like volleyball in school, I always like being at the net because I'm like usually taller than everyone, so I just like spiking people.
Yeah.
See?
I can see that. Oh boy.
But we had moved on to talking about some COD.
Some COD. I've been dreaming about this. Like I've talked about it so much that I'm like having like arguments with myself in my dreams.
Well,
so
this is a little different aspect here. Well, I had already moved on from this, but let's touch back on this. Modern Warfare 2, man, new engine.
Yeah.
Finally, we finally, they say this and the new Warzone experience built from the ground up by Infinity Ward. This is good news for Call of Duty fans, right? Bright future, potentially, maybe getting some stuff corrected. Could you imagine now, after that, new engine stuff, and then after that, they switch to this 2 year to 3 year dev cycle on it, and really just make sure everything is, top notch,
That's what we can hope for, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we all hope for at this point, is that they're going to take advantage of the new digs, the new spot underneath Xbox, and that Phil is going to do kind of what he said, and he's going to go let some of those other studios do what they want to do what they do best, and then he's going to, obviously, if you pull that support away from Call of Duty, that would automatically kind of at least signal to me that you're not planning on having necessarily a yearly Call of Duty anymore, which would be fantastic. It needs a break, and they can put the time and effort into it to polish it, to get it right, so that it doesn't matter what era we're going to or which branch of the Call of Duty we're doing this, the next iteration, that it'll come out and be the best game that it possibly can be, because I think that's exactly what it needs. And I think most people are in agreement with that, except for the people that absolutely need a new Call of Duty every year. They might have some disagreements with it, but I think everybody else says 2 to 3 year cycle, perfect. Do it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
A lot of people were asking for with Modern Warfare 2019, like they knew Cold War was going to be bad because it had 2 years in the oven, and then like they were like, just delay it, make Modern Warfare a 2 year game, and they didn't do that. So
right, yeah, because Modern Warfare could have really, right? I mean, it had such a big player base, and even after Cold War launched,
it's
still
bigger than Cold War.
Right, exactly. So they could have easily done that. They should have done.
Well, Kate, you had an interesting request in the chat here from Anita.
I'm not sure what that means.
I think she says, like, what does she got to do to get you to call Pong Daddy on the air? I think that's what that
means.
Is that what that means? Anita,
girl.
Anita, let me know if that's what you mean. Just for the record, anybody that's watching, this is not. I was pointing to Jasper. This is my wife. She calls him Daddy all the time.
It's an inside joke.
It is. It's an inside joke. So
Daddy.
All right.
Hey, before you move on, we have a super chat from Mr. Joanna Dark, $4.99. He said, "Do you think that Sony had any Game Pass clause in their marketing deal prior to Xbox purchasing
Activision Blizzard?
I'm guessing it's Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
Even though Xbox Game Pass did not exist prior to this."
I would say no.
I would say no.
Well, unless you mean by Game Pass clause in a clause meaning they can't be on Game Pass.
Correct. That's what he's asking.
Yeah, I would say yes to that.
Okay, I still say no.
Because of Sony marketing rights. We saw that Capcom leaked document before with I don't know if it was Resident Evil, whatever, about how, if they do the marketing and all this stuff, you're not allowed to put it in another service. But are you thinking it's too big for that, Pong?
It's too big. Activision would never have to give in to that demand whatsoever because Call of Duty was too big. Right. So there's no way. I don't see that as a problem or an issue going forward. So I just don't think it exists. Activision held way too many cards, because if Sony even approached it and Activision was like, no, and they were like, but, and Activision's like, you want the marketing deal or not? I mean, that's it. It was way too much money to Sony to even, I would even think approach that subject. They would just know that Activision would ask Microsoft and Xbox way too much to even get it into Game Pass in the first place, right? It was kind of like a non-starting topic, right, at that point, because they probably didn't even believe that Xbox would ever show up with enough money to do it. So
right. So yeah, like as far as I don't know, I mean, there was the reason I was saying that yes, because that PlayStation and Call of Duty like relationship has been so huge, and I'm thinking there's probably been a lot of money to get that deal done, right? And if you're looking at from Activision Blizzard's perspective, like, yeah, I'm not putting it in Game Pass anyway, like it doesn't matter, so they may just go ahead and sign that. But like, I think it would still be per game, right? Yeah. Like, I don't think like this would prevent them from releasing
or a 5-year contract for what future games.
Right. I don't think this would like prevent them from putting games into Game Pass in the future, right? After 2023 or whatever, right? I think it would just potentially be this year, next year. But you could be right, dude. It may be too big, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we know that
That's a good
Sony
question.
had exclusive modes for Call of Duty for a year term. Right. Like they had their survival mode for Modern Warfare and something for Cold War. So.
All right. So then we had just moved on as well to multi-plat talk, right? It's something we've been talking about a lot, but I was kind of approaching it more from the Game Pass aspect, right? And how is this going to affect like game subscriptions for Game Pass? And I think like it actually might help it over long term, even if it continues to stay multi-platform, more than it would actually being just exclusive, which is a weird take. I know short term, I say yes, like immediate subscriptions. Yeah, I think so. But long term, to keep the brand as relevant as it is today, which is a huge thing. Like you say you got Call of Duty and Game Pass today, would mean something different than it could mean in 10 years if it's not thought of the same as it is today, right? It doesn't have that appeal, right? So that's where I'm coming from on that. What do you think? I'll go to Fuzzy on this first. I'm curious about your thoughts.
I do think it'll definitely help with subscription numbers, because a lot of people are just going to look at that $70 price tag as Activision being one of those developer or publishers that were like, oh yeah, our games are now 70 for next generation. A lot of people that have that next generation console, it's like, do I want to pay 70 or do I want to pay, 15 a month or 10 a month or zero if you have like enough Microsoft reward points and things. And I think that will be something that'll help people convert. Although some people are going to be comfortable staying on their current, platform. It's just a matter of, I guess the big thing would be Warzone is what do you call it? Crossplay, correct?
Yeah. Multi-plat crossplay.
Yes. Crossplay. Yes.
Okay. I'm wondering outside of the, helping the subscription thing, I'm wondering if Activision is still going to have to pay, or Microsoft now would have to pay that crossplay tax.
But that's where the negotiations are going to happen, right? Because they got Destiny, Xbox has got Call of Duty. Maybe they just wipe it and say, hey, let's get rid of that crossplay fee. Just call it a day. But we'll see. It's interesting.
No, but yeah, I honestly think it'll help with subscriptions, because you're going to have perks where the same stuff that Sony was doing as far as like, maybe certain modes or certain skins or accelerator packs and things like that. Now you can have that in Game Pass, and it'll help people, switch over to that are looking for those bonuses and whatnot. So I think it'll help. I don't think it's going to be like a landslide move, but it'll definitely probably help in, the few million range, as opposed to it's not going to be like the 50 million range, or at least I don't think, but at least a few mil, probably each year, as people just look at the price. I was like, MLB The Show, it's the same deal. $70 one place, $15 the other place. Yeah, I think I'll just pay the 15.
Yeah,
until it's on sale.
Yeah. What about you, Lupa? I mean, do you think it helps or
I think it will boost Yeah, I think it will boost Game Pass. I don't think it's ever going to go solely Xbox exclusive. I think it will stay multi-plat along with Overwatch, because Phil's mantra is play what you want, where you want, anywhere you want. And he knows that there's massive amount of people playing on other consoles. So I think he will keep it. Those two in particular will stay multi-plat.
Yeah, go ahead.
People are going to like, oh, I can get COD in Game Pass, and they're going to flock.
Right.
So, you know, but then it might even out, but I do think there's going to be a massive insurgence of people who just want to play COD and only play COD. And I think it's a good thing it's staying multi-plat, because, you know, there's a lot of people that play it on other consoles that can't afford 2 consoles. So it's a good thing, and it shows goodwill from Xbox, in my opinion.
Yeah. The other factor to this I'm curious about, and I want to know your guys' thoughts on, like, do you think, like, because like all the stuff we talked about before with Bethesda, ZeniMax, and Starfield and all these things was before this $70 billion acquisition, right? Seems so long ago already that happened. It's crazy because, I mean, this is like 10 times that, right? This is another animal. This is another beast altogether. I mean, you're pretty much acquiring a company that is like bigger than your own development capabilities, right? And so that's going to have a big transitional effect. Dude, now I know there's going to be tons of exclusives, right? We rambled off a lot on PM and the PM last night, Pong. But I'm curious, like, at one point did this potentially accelerate this future where more things are multi-plat coming out from Xbox and also PlayStation, right? Because you bring in this, and you got COD now, you know, and then you're going to have these Blizzard games, and they're all being owned by Xbox. And let's say 4 or 5 years from now, like, at that point, what's the difference between those games and some of the other games they're releasing? You know what I mean? Like, it's all just more Xbox games releasing into the marketplace. So if these are successful multi-platform for them, especially the multiplayer titles, do we see a future where there's just more of this across the board, right? Or is that, I mean, I'm not trying to say they should do it. I'm just curious, you know? What do you think?
I mean, like, I think it's just where the market's going. I think the market's going to go towards live service games on multiple devices.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've seen it from where, like, back in the day, it used to be like, oh, you buy a season pass, you get the 4 DLCs, then it kind of went to battle pass. I think this is just going to be the next iteration where it's a live service game on a dozen different devices, and you just play it that way. So I don't think the platform's going to matter what it's on. It's just wherever you want to play it.
Yeah. What do you think, Pong? I mean,
I think it's kind of do I think it's going to accelerate it? Yeah, I think everything's accelerated right now, right? I think everything that we're seeing is because of what's happened over the past couple of years. The chip shortage plays into it. Now they're talking about, like, you know, some of the chip shortages could run even longer. I mean, look, all of that I think has accelerated this, but I think what we're seeing right now is with the consolidation when it comes to these legacy titles, as Xbox likes to call them, right? I think that we will see more and more, depending on who acquires them, those do stay multi-plat, because I think at the end of the day, we haven't seen it like this before, right? Where we're talking about some of the largest IP ever in the history of video gaming moving and going to somebody else, right? Underneath somebody else's umbrella. So I think it's kind of unprecedented. And that's why I think, like, with Destiny 2 and with Call of Duty, as we assume, and maybe a couple other ones, that those types of games, if they do move to a new home, will stay multi-plat, because it does make sense. The thing with ZeniMax, you know, and Bethesda and those, is because they're so few and far between, it's not quite the same, right? It doesn't feel the same as these games like a Destiny that's a games as a service, or a Call of Duty that is yearly, that kind of stuff. It sets a different tone when you're talking about those titles than it does in Elder Scrolls. Yes, I know there's a ton of Elder Scrolls fans on PlayStation per se, but because we only get those games once a generation, maybe, It's not as big a deal. So I think those types of games still have a chance. The single player experiences still have a chance to remain exclusive when they're bought. But these types of games, Call of Duties, your multiplayer games of service, those types of games, yeah, I think we will continue to see that trend. I think if Sony makes another, acquisition, and let's say that acquisition does have a game like that, I think you'll see that game stay. I know a lot of people are very, very, they question whether or not that's actually where Sony's going with this. But again, it's part of my theory, but I think that we are seeing a little bit of a change here, even from Sony. Look, Nintendo just announced Chrono Cross at their show. That's going to be multi-plat, right? I know it's not them developing it, but I think that more and more developers as a whole are going to start looking at opening up more to more places as well. As accessibility opens up, it only makes sense, right? At the end of the day, with where this industry is going and with everybody kind of jumping on board with the whole idea that we're going to try to reach as many people as possible. And with Xbox, opening up that opportunity with xCloud, I think that those days of really one ecosystem exclusives are dying off as we speak right now. I just don't think it's going to be that way anymore.
Yeah,
that's my thought. Yeah.
I'm wondering if like what that means potentially for a game like Elder Scrolls 6. Right? Because that's so far off, because like Starfield's this year, we know where that is. It's going to be another 5 years probably after that before we see Elder Scrolls 6, maybe 4 at the earliest, Yeah. So
Starfield's a test. Starfield's going to be a test, right? That's why Phil's already put it out there. We're going to try to get Starfield to reach more people than any other Todd Howard game, right? Yep. So if they pull that off, right? Let's say they make Starfield like the biggest game coming from that studio, then they don't have to think about that, right? Let's say Starfield underperforms, even though it's a great game. Let's say that doesn't reach as many people, right? And Todd's and his team are kind of disappointed because they really want their games played by as many
they're
people
used
as
to
possible.
30 million plus sales now from like Skyrim over time, right?
Right. So let's say Starfield doesn't hit that. Like you said, there's enough time for that decision to be made down the road. And honestly, with the language that was used, if you really want to be real about it, Phil could come out and say, well, we consider Elder Scrolls a legacy title, right? So that out is there. Like I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I personally think it's going to be exclusive. I'm just saying Starfield could be a real test, right? For their new philosophy, their new initiative of reaching all these people. If Starfield can hit it, well, then Elder Scrolls is going to stick around, right? That's going to be exclusive as well.
It's going to be interesting to see how this acquisition really changes the future, because it's affecting Xbox, it's affecting Activision, Blizzard's affecting PlayStation, it's affecting all of these companies. Nintendo, like Xbox, like Call of Duty, they're talking about putting it on Nintendo platforms, right? And whatever the Nintendo platform is going to be.
Yeah, which would be crazy if they get that done. Because I said, I don't know if you guys remember what after I said, put the mobile version on Switch, right? Yeah. Get Call of Duty mobile on Switch. That'd be huge. If they're going to try to do the full one, I don't know, because with this new engine and stuff, I don't think that's going to work too well.
Well, they are adding a Call of Duty Warzone to mobile this year. That's supposed to come out.
See, there you go. That might be interesting, but that's a big market.
And the whole mobile thing, like Lupa, you just put in the chat. This is like everybody. We're not even talking about King, right? I mean,
no,
it's huge.
And they like that you're not talking about King.
Yeah, that's
I don't think it's like exclusively.
But his focus is completely on mobile and PC at the moment. Xbox's whole focus. Consoles are sorted, they're settled, they're leaving them alone. They're not bothered about them, just as long as they keep giving us content in Game Pass. They are focusing on getting to more people across the world on different platforms. So that's what his main focus is, to build up PC Game Pass, to get mobile out there. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons he bought Activision, or he will be buying Activision. I think that's one of the biggest reasons. It had nothing to do with COD.
Yeah,
it had something to do with COD, but they did. You're right, Lupa.
No, but it's not his. It's all yours focus, but it's not.
No, it's not my focus. It's not my focus. I care less. Because I'm thinking about all the other games we're going to get out of this deal, not COD. Whatever.
Exactly.
But the point.
No,
but my point was, and I wasn't dismissing your point because you're right. They already came out and said that PC and mobile was going to be a huge focus. I was just saying that Activision came along out of the blue kind of, and it so happened to have all three pieces that they look for in one place, right?
Exactly,
I think this year they were going to make a major mobile purchase. It just so happened that Activision came along, right? And covered that.
And also the other thing is Blizzard porting to PC and making PC games. So huge. PC and mobiles, they're huge. They managed. That's why they paid so much, because they were going to buy something PC and something mobile, but they managed to get it in a whole package, which has made him very happy.
And with a Call of Duty cherry on top. That was
exactly.
The reason people focus on Call of Duty is because it's the biggest
Overwatch.
game.
And Overwatch. Absolutely, of course.
And they've got a new one that's just virtually should have been out before, but it's very close to being released as well. So that should go into Game Pass, Overwatch 2.
Well, we'll see how close that is.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, nobody really knows. But what about like all these free-to-play games? Everything's going to go free-to-play games, including bloody Assassin's Creed, which hurts me in my heart. But they're also bringing out another AC game before that, which isn't.
Well, this is a good transition. I was going to bring that up.
That Ubisoft news, I'm like getting kind of worried that Ubisoft's falling back into a trap. Like with Far Cry Primal, they just copied the same map as 4. I'm afraid Ubisoft is going to start copying old content and just putting it out as new stuff, like they did for, you could argue that for Extraction, they just copied a bunch of Rainbow stuff, made a new game, and that's what they're doing with Assassin's Creed. They're just copying DLC and making a new game.
With the free to play, having heard what I've heard, it's going to be all the maps sort of like melded in together. But this new Assassin's Creed, I think it's called Risk, I think its code name is Rift, something like that, and it's actually a part of that they didn't put into Valhalla or something, it's like, no, for real. But like, we're getting fobbed off with that now because their focus is on the free to play version. So, but
I'm kind of perturbed about it.
Yeah, I'm very perturbed about it. It's going to come out this year, late this year or next year.
What, the new Assassin's Creed? What is it called? It's called
not Infinite, it's called Rift.
Codenamed Rift. It's
code name.
I got this tweet from IGN. It says the next Assassin's Creed game, codenamed Rift, reportedly began development as a Valhalla expansion, but has allegedly transformed into a full release starring Basim. Is it Basim? Is that how you say it? Basim. That focuses on stealth. It's expected out in 2022 or 2023. Now,
it's
that aspect I like.
Turning back to the old, it's turning back into the, like, they're giving people what they want, in the sense that all of us old Creed guys, we want the stealth element to be more prominent.
Yes.
And so, like in 2 and 3, so that's going to be a thing that they focused on. So I mean, even the Dawn of Ragnarok gameplay that I saw, which is out March 10, I think it is. It's sad because really and truly they've not really done anything new with it, except for 2 different moves that you can do, like 2 different abilities then, and it's much of the same from what I've seen of the gameplay. Until I play it, I don't know. But the this new game, they started it when they were doing Valhalla. So it's going to be sad because it's going to be sad for some people, because the trilogy they did, which was Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, I still put Valhalla at number 3 because they've gone backwards. Origins is my number 2 and my number 1 is Odyssey. Why they didn't stick to the same format, I don't know. They didn't, and they're trying to change it up. Now they're going to make it free to play. I can't for the life of me understand why they would take a basically single player game and do that with it. I really don't, but they are, and to me that's bad. But going back to the Assassin's Creed era, the beginning of Assassin's Creed, where your stealth matters, that I love, because that to me is what an Assassin's Creed game is all about. Now you can make these builds where you can run through the game and just annihilate everything and take no time to stealth at all. I still do stealth, but a lot of people don't. They just play it like run, defeat, and run away. Like it's not how Creed's meant to be played for sure.
Yeah, I think there's a world where we could have like two,
both.
You know, like okay, like this year this type of Assassin's Creed game comes out. This year this type of Assassin's Creed game comes out, right? Potentially, maybe we could get something like that, you know. And
I don't want it yearly. I don't want it yearly.
Bring back Prince of Persia. Make that like
not
OG
yearly.
Assassin's Creed.
Every other year, like so, like you have 4 years to work on the big, huge open world one. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you have like two, you know, another team working on the other one, you know, in between, and you can use assets, you know, from the big open world and kind of reuse that stuff, tweak it into a more focused experience and focus on stealth and missions and stuff like that.
That would be exactly what I would love. But that is not where it's going. It's going to be similar to the last 3 games. I think an Assassin's Creed release like that every couple of years, or maybe 3 years, 4 years even, like Valhalla on Odyssey and Origins. I can't believe, I thought that the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC was going to be out of this world, because my most favorite DLC was the gods in Origins. That was just an awesome gameplay, and it was just so much fun. So I thought it was going to be out of this world, but what I've seen, it's not really. It's gone backwards a bit. But their focus is going to be on Infinity. It's going to be Assassin's Creed Infinity free to play.
Yeah,
and it's just to me.
When is that supposed to come out? Next year? Did they say?
No, it's. I think it's a good couple of years away, but I'm not exactly sure. 3-bit could tell you more, probably, but I'm not sure that it's going to be next year. Maybe early 24. I don't know. They usually release around October, November. So I don't know. But I think if this new IGN tweet is real, from what I can see from deep inside Ubisoft, it is, then that will release before the free-to-play version. So
well, I bet it's real because Ubisoft sucks at keeping things secret.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, they're like one of the worst.
To be fair, Ubisoft sucks all round recently. But
you want an NFT of the new Assassin's Creed game?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Sorry?
I said, do you want an NFT of the new Assassin's Creed game?
Oh, get out of here.
They gave all their employees or like for their gift or whatever, they gave them NFTs, and like supposedly it didn't go over very well in the offices.
No, it wouldn't, would it?
Yeah, supposedly they have like an internal like chat or something where they can all, you know, give feedback and stuff, and some of the employees were kind of letting them have it. Like, I've been here 10 years and all I got is this damn NFT instead of a watch or, you know, whatever.
I like the one that sounded like us. I like the one that sounded like us, where they said, how about we just get back to doing things successful, like building great, awesome games? Like that's.
Did they say that? I missed that.
Yeah. There was like one quote. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I've really always loved Ubisoft games. I mean, you said about Primal. I loved Primal. I absolutely loved Primal, and Far Cry and Assassin's Creed. I do like their games, but. Recently, I just don't know what's happening. I do know, I mean, management, or whatever you want to call them, the CEO, will not listen to the devs, no matter how hard they try. So
I think they're just flipping assets now instead of actually making like decent stuff. They just keep taking old stuff.
We say that, but I love Extraction. Like I really do.
I mean,
it's so good.
But that's what I say. People shouldn't knock it, because at the end of the day, it's all subjective. You like one game, you love Extraction. I found it was okay. You don't like Assassin's Creed. I love Assassin's Creed. So, you know, it's all subjective at the end of the day. But I do see where Jasper's coming from. They do they get on a bandwagon and then they run with it, and it goes across all their games. So
that's an Guillermo trait. He's always done that. He said it in interviews blatantly. He's like, And he blames it on the devs too. I remember
if
in
it
this
works, don't fix
yeah,
it.
he blamed this on the devs in an interview with Ryan McCaffrey on Unfiltered, one of the first ones I listened to. Eves did an interview with him, and Ryan was asking him like about Splinter Cell, right? Because he's a huge Splinter Cell fan, just like a lot of us are. And he's like, the devs just won't want to make games like that anymore because they want to make the big open world games because they're more successful, And I'm like, no, you liar! I know that's a lie. You want to make them because they're more successful.
Why are you like that now?
I don't know. I'm a pissed off redneck now. I just like, he
talks out his ass for sure. French stuck up twat.
What are your thoughts, Harper?
Whenever they do try to make a new game like Skull and Bones or Beyond Good and Evil, they spend
Harper!
10 years in development.
Yeah.
There's Harper. Look at him. He's so cute. He's like, what are you doing to me, mother? Get off like this. His eyes, his ears was flat on his head. He's like, what's she doing?
Yeah. But yeah, the Eves guy, he built a great company, right? He did. Like, we can't take that away. They made amazing games, but
he's stuck in the past.
At some point, they've always followed this, like, okay, something works. Now we're gonna make everything echo that formula.
There's a classic, isn't there, Mav? Leaps of faith in Assassin's Creed moved to Far Cry. What the hell?
Yeah, they just took this, like, what works in this game is gonna work for all of our games. So we're gonna copy and paste this. And they made some great games out of that. I'm not going to take anything away. They actually, like, some of the best games actually have a lot of this. Like, but now that has transitioned into this NFT / free to play, like, service thing. The glimmer of hope is where they say this Rift thing is going to be focused more on stealth. And when they say that they're rebooting Splinter Cell, right? That gives me hope that they're going to live in both worlds. That they are going to give some things back to the devs, let them have some creativity, let them do some of the things they want, as long as they can get away with doing all this other crazy shit.
Yeah, but they don't. They control them so badly. It's like they're chained up to the wall. It's ridiculous, and they need to give. Like, they have no imagination, and the devs do. So let the devs do what they do best and use their imagination.
Yeah.
The actual thing where you can turn into a raven in Dawn of Ragnarok is absolutely out of this world. And the Chivos are already up. So I've had a good look through, and you have to turn into a raven, fly down, kill 2 dudes, undetected, fly away. It's just so amazing. You just turn into a raven, swoop down, assassinate, and then fly away, and nobody knows you've been there. It's just really cool. It's a really cool mechanic. Well, the management didn't come up with that, did they? So, they need to let them do what they do best, and that for some reason they've just got handcuffs on them and they can't. And it's just a shame. It's a real shame. In my opinion, Odyssey was pretty good, and the mechanic. I really don't like the different mechanics on Valhalla at all, the combat mechanics. It's just really weird, but we just have to roll with it because we haven't got any say. I keep telling them, like, we love the old Assassin's Creed. That still needs to be the focus, but with new modern abilities and stuff, and but they don't ever listen. So if they don't listen to their devs, they're not going to listen to the likes of us. So it's the way it's going to be.
Let's just hope for the best, I guess. Maybe they'll get bought by somebody that kind of changes the culture a little bit, because they got a lot of talent, right? They do have a lot of talent there.
They do.
So, hey, just side note, guys, King of Fighters is getting really good scores.
Saw that. Can't wait.
Yeah,
I like King of Fighters.
Yeah,
again,
I'm probably picking that one up as well.
Yeah,
Sifu's already beaten me down, so I'm gonna take a little break before I break my DualSense. So,
we don't get very many of these big fighting games anymore. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
It's got beautiful animation. Too.
It does. I've been keeping my eye on it, and it's supposed to. I don't know what this means. What does rollback netcode ensures the dream match never ends? Like, what is rollback netcode?
That's their strong netcode for online play, so you don't have to worry about getting lag and stuff. They've got really good netcode. Steel can talk on it more than I can, but I've heard him talk about it enough. They have excellent netcode over there. Yeah. So yeah,
nice. So why doesn't Xbox get those guys to do?
We're getting Lego Brawlers though. It's a new fighting game.
Lego Brawlers.
Wait for Skywalker, Lego Skywalker.
It's Smash Brothers like Lego game coming out to every platform.
When is that coming?
I don't know. I saw it the Nintendo Direct. So.
It's not made by the people that made the Nickelodeon one, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
We're getting the Island Boys game.
Island Boys.
Is there an Island Boys game?
Yeah.
When does it come out?
My pizza roll.
Now.
It comes out now. Can we see a preview? Oh my god!
What is that?
Island Boys.
What's going on? Is this an NFT? Like, is this? I don't know what an NFT is. Is this? Am I living in an NFT world right now?
That must be the DLC version right there.
On Caitlin.
Wow. Oh my.
It's the Island Boys.
That's
Island
terrible.
Boys.
In the pool, eating pizza roll.
Just think, man, you can climb into bed with that tonight.
Oh, great.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
You want to cut the show early?
Oh my god. Yeah, this is fantastic.
I think they just had some issues. Like one of their friends went to crash at their house that murdered someone. So I think it might be.
Hey, those things happen. Those things happen. You know.
Those things happen here on the island.
Yeah, you know, Jasper. It's just another day in the life of the Island Boys. You know, what are you gonna do?
Jeez. Oh my god. All right. What I mean, wow. Are we running out of topics already? It's like we've only been
talk about anything.
Oh, I've got a couple.
Yeah, you were talking before we started about this whole like gift sharing thing on Xbox, and you wanted to raise some concerns over that.
Please.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I've tried to gift to people in different countries, Brazil, America, Canada, and they allow you to purchase it and the code to gift to somebody, and then they say, oh no, that person can't use it in that country. And Xbox need to address this situation because there's an easy fix, but they're not applying themselves. So I would like not to have to go through all the problems of getting a refund. I think it should be stopped at source, where they say, you know, you can't gift to this country, just as a simple thing. But after that, all they have to do is put a little box up with what it costs to go to send to each country and tell you the charge that is going to incur on top of the cost of the game, and then you can send it to that country. But they don't choose to do that, and it's very, very annoying. There is websites out there, g2u.com. Me and Dark CMath have been talking about it because he gifts to America only on RDX, and him and me have been trying to sort out a way around it so he can gift to Europeans. And last RDX he was able to gift to European and American with codes that he purchased from g2u.com. So all I'm saying is, why can't Xbox, if this company can do that, then why can't Xbox do that?
I just looked it up. Back when they first launched this digital gifting thing, they said make sure to note that the person has to be in the same country as you. So they said it. It's just
they should fix. I mean,
not when you go on there to gift, it doesn't.
Right. They should make sure. Well, like what do you do? Put in the gamer tag or the email?
No, you put basically. You have your friends list, and when you go on to purchase a game, it says you can gift the game.
Right.
And you just
click on that and then click on their name
and who you want to purchase it, buy it for. Because you're not buying games for random people, are you? You're buying them for your friends.
It doesn't come up with a warning when you're doing it.
It either comes up like you can't gift to this country or this region within this country, whatever. Either that, or why can't they just change it and have it so, because it's all about taxes and revenue and stuff and the different areas.
Also, different countries have different laws with games.
Yes,
like
exactly. So all they have to do is say you can either not gift to this country or this region in this country, or tell me the price it is and let me choose if I still wish to gift it or not, and pay the extra to do so.
Yeah.
And it's not on when Xbox mantra is we want you to be able to play anywhere and there and connect all over the world to all your friends in the world. Yeah, but you can't give them a little present at Christmas though.
Yeah.
No, that's not allowed.
That's why I didn't see anything in my DMs.
That's right. You see. No point, Pong, I can't give you anything.
Can we welcome our fellow island boys? Psychonaut.
What's up,
Let's
Psycho?
go, baby.
What's up, guys?
It's the mellow man. From outer space.
Yeah. Oh, me and my brother went out drinking tonight, so we got drunk Psycho tonight.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Crap.
We're out of topics. Thank God. We're out of here. Say your outro, Psycho. Oh God.
I just need them to buy another publisher just so we can have something to talk about.
My God. Yeah, that's what we need is more of that. Jesus.
No, I
Can
mean,
you imagine the questions that are a swirl or on the next publisher? It's like, well, is it a desire thing or is it still multi-plat? Like there's going to be 1,000,000,001 questions and everybody's going to be like waiting for that day one statement. Oh, they
never
said
the
the
same questions they ask every time they buy someone too.
Yeah. Well, I was watching freaking Xbox 2 today, and I think Jez pretty much was saying like to hold, or it was Rand, one of the two. They were just like, hold your comments till after the deal goes through and see what the true messaging is going to be with whatever they're going to do.
They were talking about the messaging. Yeah. Psycho. They were talking about the messaging overall, that because people were complaining that the messaging is very confusing right now. And they were trying to explain, look, they can't say anything right now, as we've all been talking about legally. So you got to hold off and then wait to see what they actually say, because they expect some kind of explanation. So
yeah.
But
I mean, even if they just keep Call of Duty, freaking Diablo, and Overwatch 2, if they do that, if they keep those multi-plat, and then the however many IPs from the here on out, if they keep those exclusive, if that's the route they go, then I mean, Call of Duty is too big, in my opinion, that it's one of those things that's hard to keep it exclusive, because you're missing so many players all over the world play it on esports, and it's just one of those. And with the statement with them saying that they're going to bring it to the Switch finally, and it's one of those things that we're really upset about Call of Duty being multi-plat at the end of the day. I'm not. I mean, it's just it's just one of those like, okay, cool, they got that, but what about that next big title that either Ravensoft or High Moon, Toys for Bob, like what you guys were saying last night.
Pyro.
Any one of those studios that have been pigeonholed to make Call of Duty start making their own IPs. Those could be the next big thing, and then and they could decide to keep that multi-plat. And
they all want to make their own Call of Duty, so you get 8 Call of Duties in 1 year.
Well, and like Pong was saying, like if they make, is it True Crime?
Yeah.
And what if that's the next
Grand Theft
GTA? It's like if they keep that exclusive to Xbox, it's. Are we really gonna at that point, are we gonna care that Call of Duty is not exclusive?
Yes,
No.
Psycho, we are, because Sony is still alive. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's
See,
the problem.
Let your inner
and that's the
fanboy
thing.
show.
Yeah, but hey, but Sony's doing the same thing. They're making multi-plat games. They're starting.
Yep.
Their messaging now is we're going to be third party.
No.
And no one's even talking about this. Has
No.
anyone heard anything that? Has anyone talked about Sony saying that they're going third party?
Oh, we
I
talked
have
about
not.
it.
Yeah, we
We
did. I mean,
have.
Yeah. but-
Others though,
Yeah.
have others really talked
because
about it?
nobody
No.
believes it. Nobody believes it.
Yeah.
That's why.
that Jim Ryan
Until all
said
their
we,
games as a
everybody's
service are-
seeing that we're starting to go multi-platform, and we're announcing 10
Yeah.
new live service games that are going to be made
Exactly.
between now and
Because
2026.
if people start talking about it, then they'll realize they're a hypocrite because they talked 5 years about how PlayStation exclusives are the only thing that matters or whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And then if Sony double talks, it has a double standard. They say one thing and do another. The next acquisition, they might not be able. Maybe it won't pass because, they're like, hey, you said it was going to be like this, but you're doing something totally different. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like Xbox is being transparent as much as possible, and as much as they can say, with what little they can say, with what's going on right now.
Yeah, all this talk right now is not for us as consumers. or
No,
gamers.
it's
That's-
for the regular.
That's why you see.
regulators.
That's why we have an exec from Microsoft that none of us has ever heard of before
Right.
showing up and doing these interviews. Right?
I know. It's like, who's this guy? Who the hell is this guy?
Brad Smith.
He's
from
the fall
Microsoft.
guy.
Yeah, Brad Smith. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the
Face of
quarterback
Xbox.
for the Vikings back in like the 90s? Or
That was Brad Johnson.
Brad
That was
Johnson. Okay, you're right. Johnson Smith. It's the same thing. It might as well be. Looks like the same guy. He could have changed his name
Yeah.
to Smith, and he got a job at
Could've.
Microsoft.
Could have. We wouldn't know any better.
No. Good for him. He's doing well for himself now. Congratulations, Brad. All right, so
But that's the thing, isn't it? Like, we can speculate till the cows come home. At the end of the day, they're going to do what they're going to do, and we'll all find out when they want us to.
Yeah, but that's the fun part. It's so much fun.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
they
is
still
fun.
don't even
I'm
know what they're
not
going to do
saying-
because they technically
Yeah.
don't own it yet. So
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah.
They can't talk about
They
deals,
can't, they
right?
can't, and that's why
no.
people in the community, oh, you bloody Twitter, don't get it. It's like you
Oh,
can't
no.
be any more transparent than he is being because he's not allowed to. Lawyers say, shut the fuck up.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. And then like there's people in chats that like really. I'm like, people that I never would have thought of that have these type of takes, and I'm like, really? I'm like,
Strong
Come on,
emotional ties, some strong
Yeah.
emotions. man.
It is.
Really
It's like, hey, you know what? It's not 2013. We don't have to be this way anymore. And at the end of the day, we all win because it's in Game Pass. We get
people
to play.
want revenge. People want revenge. Psycho, I know. And I'm just saying that's where they're coming from. It's emotional. They want revenge. They want something to lord over Sony. It's all of that.
But
Mhm.
you know what? We have Bethesda. Once
Right.
Activision, Blizzard, we have those. Microsoft has those studios, those new IPs that come out. We have Game Pass. That's something that we could use to lord over. Like you can only play, if you're paying $70, you can, depending on your income, you're picking up maybe between 2 to 5 games a year, while we're here playing 30 games in the next couple of years.
well, it's kind
I
of
mean,
like how the music industry, like you used to have to buy like all your music on like CDs and stuff, and then it kind of went to the internet where you like steal it from iTunes and LimeWire and stuff like that. Now music's just free on Spotify. Like this is where the gaming industry is going. We're in a transition period where you'll just be able to play games for a cheap, like in the future. It's like, so it doesn't matter.
but no, $70 is necessary, and it's the only way
Gotta
to go.
support the devs.
It's the
Yeah.
only way to go. Come on, Jasper.
Yeah.
All right, so hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys rock. Shout out to Italian Clowns, Boba Fett, Spooky Sprockets,
Clowns.
Splendiferous. See you, Splendiferous. Lui, the man who makes
Always in a
crazy
shower.
videos. Yes.
It's an embarrassment.
Wow.
Matt.
How? Leave Lui alone. Louis is amazing.
Louis is nice.
Yeah, he is.
Matt,
No, he's not.
Matt Byrnes,
He's a rude boy.
KhAos shout out to all you guys. Vic the Click. Appreciate y'all being here. Jesse,
That's right, Asante. Support the devs. That's right.
The devs. 70 bucks.
That's right.
Go.
I want 100. I want $100 games. So I make sure the devs can continue.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so they can eat. They can have ramen.
Now, hey, I got something fun to talk about here, right? Okay. So we talked about maybe new IPs coming back with that from Xbox, Activision, Blizzard, and shit. But did you guys see this thing that was on this website that I'd never heard of? About a rumor.
This sounds good already.
Let's go. Okay. All right. So
a rumor on a website you've never heard of before.
And,
okay.
Shout out to,
all right.
Yeah, we all saw it.
Shout out to the nobeds.com. That's the name of the website. Never heard of them. Okay. Maybe it seems like legit though. I mean, I got a good presentation.
Sounds like we're gonna need one of the Minnesota snow trucks with all the salt here.
Pong,
let's go.
You're gonna like Pong. I know you're gonna like this one. Okay.
Okay. I'm sure I will. I wrote it.
While discussing,
that's my website.
Is it? Okay. While discussing their upcoming titles, Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick mentioned that the company has sequels to many of our beloved franchises planned in the coming months and beyond, with a follow-up slide specifically featuring, and there's a picture of this, so it's legitimate, featuring Midnight Club, LA Noire, and Max Payne 3.
I sent this to you.
Yes, I know you did. That's why I told you you were going to like it. Okay? So, all right. So, they said that they have sequels to many of their great franchises games coming in a earnings call. Investor call.
Yeah,
and they chose a slide that had Midnight Club, LA Noire, and Max Payne 3. Now I'm going to fast forward to another tweet. Shout out to Mr. Joanna Dark, who had sent this as well, from Hazador Gaming. Hazador Gaming tweeted this. Shout out to Hazador.
Awesome member of the community.
Awesome member of the community. Always has great stuff on Twitter. It says NBA 2K dev is working on an open world AAA racing game with a major license. It's Visual Concepts. With multiplayer element with seamless online experience. The listing suggests it's coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. And this is from Hazardor Gaming. He linked an article from gamingbolt.com. So I'm trying to give everybody the credit that's due, right? So you put this like NBA 2K dev, Visual Concepts, working on a big racing game from Take-Two. You put this other thing about sequels coming for many of the beloved titles. For me, this smells like a return of Midnight Club is on the horizon.
And we can go back to last year.
Check. Let's go.
We can go back to last year too, when they were trying to buy Codemasters, right? We all said that was the reason why they were trying to buy Codemasters, was to bring back Midnight Club. It made so much sense. So obviously they lost out on Codemasters, so they obviously found internal team to do it. Yeah, the NBA team. Why not? Playground's doing Fable, right? So why not? Let's take a basketball team and make them into a racing developer, right? So, but Visual Concepts, I don't know how many of the original devs are there, right? They've done a lot of different things in the past. So I just love to hear it. I mean, again, I'm always down for a new Midnight Club. So if they can capture the old feeling again, heck yeah, let's go. Let's go. This is going to be fun.
As successful as GTA Online has been with their vehicles and the shark cars that people buy to get the cars and the motorcycles and the yachts and all that stuff, you could just I'm glad that they're talking about having like the actual license vehicles. I'm hoping that's what they're meaning, as opposed to just like a racing series type of thing. But if they have your Chevrolet, your Ford, your Ferrari, and all that stuff, that would be the huge advantage over what GTA is even able to accomplish, because with them, they just have their own like made up brands. But if you have the real brands, and you can do all the same kind of mods and paint schemes and create your own racetracks now, kind of like what they did in GTA, and then you add that to the old formula of Midnight Club, I think Forza will finally have some decent arcade level competition until Need for Speed goes back to the drawing board and kind of, I won't say that they have to reboot everything, because Heat wasn't too bad, but yeah, this will definitely give Forza Horizon some good competition.
Yeah.
It said open world
Yeah.
racer, so I just like immediately started thinking of like The Crew, but
Well,
I
that's
don't know if that's a
Ubisoft.
good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, so 2K, like Midnight Club was open world, right? And it was city based, and you could have car clubs, and like, think of like,
Yeah,
It's
I'm
still
just thinking, like,
online. We can go
larger
play right
scale.
now. It's still online.
It
Mav and I
is.
fired it up.
well, that was at Los Angeles. But
Yeah,
what my
yeah,
favorite one was
yeah.
Dub Edition.
Dub edition, yeah, and that was everybody.
Oh my gosh! I mean that one, like, I mean, it was just freaking crazy, dude. Wait, I actually had a car club that I did online. Yeah, I made it like a AOL homepage. Remember those things, right? Back in the day, for Midnight Club, car club, and we actually got a takedown notice from a real car club somewhere. Like it was like I was using their name for our car club, and I'm like, dude, this isn't a video game. Like, are you serious? You know, is completely stupid. But anyway, like Midnight Club has like, it's near and dear to my heart. Like I freaking loved it. I had so much fun playing online in those games. They always the last one, the Los Angeles one, had a pretty cool like little story element to it as well. And you had like Best Buys in there too. Like
that was crazy.
Yeah,
when we
man.
pulled around, I totally forgotten about that. That was so cool. We pulled by, and all of a sudden there's a Best Buy, like actual Best Buy in the game. That was pretty hilarious. That was good stuff. Yeah.
Pretty insane. I hope this is true. I hope this happens.
Yeah.
Visual Concepts, I'm sure they're capable of doing it with all the resources that Take-Two has.
Well, and they'll get help from Rockstar, obviously.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
sure
Take-Two does games
Rockstar will
big.
help
They
out.
don't
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
put out some small thing. They do it big. So that's why I was thinking like large scale, like multiple cities with like multiple detailed hide cities, like kind of like Forza, but like bigger cities.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
more detailed
Within the
cities too. Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
could you
Oh, they
imagine
could
like
do-
a Midnight Club Tokyo?
That's what I was just gonna say. They're gonna go to Japan before Playground does.
Bro. If they do that, man, that'd be such a perfect fit.
It would be.
Yeah.
It would, man.
It would bring us back to Tokyo Extreme again, Mav.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Tokyo
I don't know
Extreme
if
Racing.
they'll
Oh,
go
God.
to Tokyo though. I think they'll probably go like maybe New York or Miami or something like that.
Mm.
Go back to the States, you know, because I mean, Dub Edition, that was, you know, you had the 20-inch rims when those were popular with the spinners and shit. So like I never played Midnight Club. I never played it, so
Sorry, Psycho.
Yeah.
Or me.
nah, I mean, it was just I was more of a freaking Need for Speed Underground.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Me too.
So that's what I was into. Like my brother, I think he was into Midnight Club, so he'd probably be stoked to hear about that. But hey, more competition only proves that you show. What is it? Competition between all studios. So you got freaking Forza. You know, hopefully they go to Tokyo next because Mexico is beautiful, and I can only imagine what they'll do with downtown Tokyo, Japan, or in the hills.
With Playground working on Fable, I mean, are we going to see another Horizon for a while? Do we think, or you think there's still
Because there's two teams that split out of Playground. One is the Fable team now. Then they hired a bunch of people, people from Naughty Dogs, people from who's the other
Sony Santa Monica.
Santa Monica.
Yeah, Santa Monica. So they hired a lot of people for that. So they are building a new studio within Playgrounds for Fable. So once Fable is dropped, will get announced a new studio from that, and then Playgrounds from whatever the Mexico Forza Horizon 5, that will make the newer 6 and wherever
Yeah.
they're gonna go with Horizon 6, and you know they're gonna keep the number.
Yeah, man.
Unless they do something like a Motorsports, you know, a reboot. We'll see.
I wanted it to be Horizon, but now I want it to be Midnight Club that goes to Tokyo more. Like, if
Yeah,
this is
because you
real.
hate Forza.
I freaking love Forza, man.
Well,
Come on.
we're getting Test Drive Unlimited in Hong Kong, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so that's coming too.
Yeah.
and we get
That should
that
be
this year.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should
But
be
it's
all the
just
casinos and stuff.
with the dub edition though, that's like the one thing. Like Tokyo's more of that tuner scene. Dub edition, from what I remember, wasn't really.
Oh, it was
tuner per
huge
se.
Well, no-
tuner scene. It was huge.
Yeah, but
for
nobody. It was
tuners.
huge tuner scene too. Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Was
but
it?
nobody said this is
Okay.
gonna be dubbed per se. This,
Yeah.
this is gonna be a brand new Midnight Club or just or maybe just
Reboot.
a
Okay.
yeah
Reimagining.
reboot,
Yeah.
right?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So
okay.
yeah,
Because dub to me was more of the states.
It had
Miami.
both. It had both. What's one of the reasons I loved it so much? Because you had like muscle car fanatics that had a blast with it. You had like tuner car fanatics that had a blast with it. I mean, I was always been more of like the tuner side, like with the like a lot of the Japanese cars and stuff. So they had a lot of body kits on there. You could you could lower them. You could put the neon under the cars and stuff like that. You could black out the windows,
okay.
like all the typical stuff we
plus
got.
the
from,
soundtrack was amazing.
kind of, you remember like Underground, Need for Speed Underground?
Yeah,
we
yeah,
got
exactly like
a
Underground.
lot of that stuff was also in Midnight Club dub edition.
Oh,
They-
okay.
They got a
Yeah.
little bit away from that with Los Angeles, like the Midnight Club LA. It was still tuner stuff, but it was more like
Escalades.
gritty and aspects to it, more story focused and things. But like,
Oh,
if they could,
It's more Grand Theft Auto.
yeah,
okay.
pretty much.
kind of.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
and that's the thing. And that's the thing I loved about Underground and in Underground 2 is that the whole body kit modifications.
it was
To
insane.
put the amount of different kits that you can put on your car was insane, with neon lights and with turbos and the spool offs. With the turbos you can change the spool offs, and it just the amount of detail that they put into that was awesome. If they did that with Midnight Club, that's cool too. Then I'll be excited to see being able to do that, because that's the one thing, like for me, when I'm in Horizon, I always check the body kits for the cars that I pick up, like what kind of body kits I put on, and that's the one thing that lacks with Horizon is the body kits, because it's not really a that type of game. It's more of a racer.
Drive through a forest.
Arcadey.
Well, through the forest.
Yeah,
and
it's all
whatnot.
about the
It's not-
power mods and stuff.
Exactly. It's not the body kits, and that's to me what I liked, because that made my vehicle different from the next person, and then that's the cool thing. And if this has multiplayer, speaks even more to that. So this way, you're not having a 98 Skyline that pretty much you have 3 body kits to pick from, and everyone car looks the same with a different shade of color or whatever the case is. So if
They did make the tuning better though. That's much better, the tuning and everything.
yeah, in Horizon 5,
Hmm.
yeah, the tuning got a lot more precise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely like that. So, but with Midnight Club, awesome. Bring it. Let wherever they put it, if they do it Tokyo, awesome. If they do like a Miami, they probably won't do a Los Angeles, but if you do it like a Miami or New York, that'd be freaking awesome too.
I'm thinking Miami only because, like, if the rumors are true about GTA 6 or whatever they decide to call it, they could reuse those city assets. So it'd be like almost like a 2 for 1.
Exactly. That's what that's kind of why my mind went to like a Miami or something like that, or New York. Because I think those rumors they're going to do 3 cities per se, and
Yeah, they're going to connect all the GTA maps into one big map.
Yeah, so Miami, New York, and
San Andreas.
San Andreas. So
Yeah.
that's why So however they want to do, if they want to use those as reuse assets, yeah, that's that's on them. But anyways,
Yeah.
it'd be cool. I love to be able to check out Midnight Club.
Shout out to 1970 Chrome Pony, says he's a car person waiting on Motorsport. I'm personally waiting on Motorsport too. I can't wait. That's gonna be I think it's gonna be like a huge shift forward, like with Forza, right? Like with Motorsport at least, because it's been 4 years by the time this is gonna be released. And we're used to getting them every other year. It's been like a cadence ever since the
7.
franchise has existed.
Whenever 7 came out,
yes, 2018, I think, right?
17.
17?
Whatever year the Xbox One X came out, because it was like the game came out in September
17.
and the Xbox came out in November or something.
Was it 2017? Is that 5 years between
2017.
Forza Motorsports?
I think so.
Yeah, we haven't seen a McLaren
Yes.
on the Xbox E3 stage in a while.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, Motorsports is doing a brand new Forza Tech engine from the ground up.
Yeah, that's what
to
they've been working on
utilize
all this time.
Next gen graphics, and supposedly this is going to be like a hub world, supposedly, with
Yeah.
Motorsports. So very interested on how they do. Like, are you going to drive to your track, or you know what I mean? So are they going to give that little bit of a
Burnout
Horizon
Paradise kind of feel, maybe.
Who knows? But whatever it is, it's gonna be that 10-year plan again. I think this is gonna be a 10-year game, just like
Platform.
Yeah, so
Motorsport's
this
going to be a
week,
platform.
licensing.
Yeah.
It's better with licensing, especially with a motorsports game like that. Licensing, so this way they can, if they want certain cars, and they can take them out and then do whatever. So it'd be interesting on how they're going to work this.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But these are
I'm
just
looking forward to
rumors.
it.
I know you are, Fuzzy. Hey, Fuzzy, did you see the? I know this is a off-topic thing. It's an Xbox podcast, but I got to ask a Gran Turismo question real quick because we haven't talked about it yet. Did you see their stuff with the livery editors and stuff like that they were doing?
Oh yeah, I was very pleased to see some of the improvements that they made as far as the customization and the paint scheme stuff. Like as far as doing the window editor, it's something that they tried for Forza Horizon 4. There was a test where they could, you could put like names or decals on the glass. They couldn't make it so the end user could do it, or they never released it for Horizon 4. But there are cars in game where they already have the decals on the windows. Well, now that you can do that in Gran Turismo, where you can actually adjust, and they already have it where you can import your own three color EPS file, so you can import stickers or decals or renderings and things like that in game. And now that you can put those on glass, I won't say it's next level, but it's for somebody like me. I'm not a big fan of painting cars. I'm more of a fan of racing the cars. But if I can put like the decals, like the sponsor things from like Hawk brake pads or Brembo, or my circuit number and my license number for the track while I'm at doing like the SCCA race weekend, kind of like what I did when I had those types of cars, you can get that extra layer of immersion so it looks just like what you would see on a track day if you were to take your grassroots car to the track, or you have your actually purpose-built race car, and the stuff that they'll scribble on the windows, or what your sponsor or whoever's paying for your brakes and tires that weekend might want to put on your windows and things like that. So that's pretty cool. They also have like roll cages, which I'm a big fan of the Mazda Miata race cars. And the big thing missing from Gran Turismo and previous versions is that it was like the regular stock car. So you would just see like the headrest piece, and then like the roll bar that they have for those now behind the headrest. But now they're going to have it where you can have the actual 7 and 10 point roll cages that with the windshield bar and the crossbar in the back and all that, just like the actual cage that you would have to have on the track for a convertible race car that reaches certain speeds and things. So that was pretty cool. But the one thing they didn't show, but I'm hoping is a carryover from GT Sport, is paintable racing helmets and driver suits. Because in GT Sport you could do that, and I've actually created a Forza racing helmet and driver suit
in Gran Turismo. Nice.
Yeah, and actually quite a few people actually downloaded it, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that like enjoy Forza and enjoy Gran Turismo. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure they got a kick out of it.
There's a lot of PlayStation stuff in Forza.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of paint schemes of, like you said, PlayStation, like Gran Turismo stuff in Forza. So it's the same thing over there as well. But that paint booth, it's definitely an improvement. I'm still not the biggest fan of in-game paint boosts, but it is what it is. But the fact that, at least at GT Sport, you can upload your own 3-color EPS. That's huge. I really wish Forza would adopt that. Although, shout out to the painting community for Forza.
Yeah, they're insane.
There's a few guys that have created a stop motion Gymkhana video from just using in-game paint booth assets. Like it takes me 3 hours to just put a couple of stripes on the car and a number and whatnot. These guys made like a 10 or 12-minute video of stop motion of like a car driving as if it was like a cart, not really a cartoon, but like a graphical rendering of what the Gymkhana stuff that Ken Block would do in game. And it's freaking amazing. But yeah, shout out to a lot of the painting art or the artists out there that do the Forza liveries and stuff like that. But
the video editors too out there for Forza are insane too. They got the whole community that Forza's adopted and developed actually, like around all of this culture stuff has been pretty amazing. Really, like you got creatively, like it's huge.
Now I would like to see more of that on the GT side. Like for GT, it's more so you'll see the guys just do like grassroots racing online type of stuff. Like I like racing the slower cars because it's more fun compared to like the faster cars where if you're racing like Ferraris, you just slip up a little bit, you're off track.
Yeah.
But at least with like the Mazdas or like the Civics and things like that, you have a little bit more wiggle room to kind of correct yourself so you don't go completely into the wall or barriers and stuff. But
if you go into a wall on Gran Turismo, it doesn't matter. You just bounce off.
Yeah, you kind of bounce off. But they definitely made some improvements, at least from what they showed at the State of Play. Now, the one criticism I will give them, they showed more replay than gameplay. And I know a lot of people are like, well, what's the difference? Gran Turismo is one of those games where they definitely turn up the dial for their replays. Like their replays almost look like what you would really see from watching a race on TV kind of thing, or it's as close as you can get. Forza does a pretty good job, mainly in motorsport. Horizon, it's kind of like a fixed camera or sliding camera, spinning camera thing. So it's not the same level as far as replays, but you can make your own track. So that's why they can't really do something predetermined. But with the gameplay versus the replay, it's almost like comparing Vista mode to like, well, then again, Forza has really stepped up their regular just gameplay stuff. And it's been fairly close between Vista mode and gameplay mode. So it's hard to tell sometimes. But with Gran Turismo Sport, at least, and I'm assuming it's probably going to be the same thing with GT7, their gameplay is a certain level. And it's almost like 80% as good as the replay level. And I just want to see what it's like for the gameplay part. Because I depending on the car, it's like I do the 3/4 behind the car view or the inside view. I kind of want to see what I'm going to be staring at for the most part for the next probably
clouds,
8 or 9 months and stuff.
So you think they're hiding a little bit of their imperfections with replay?
I don't know if they're hiding. I almost think it's that as much time as they spend, because they do spend a lot of time on detail, they know there would be so many weird not weird, but like, side-by-side comparisons, like with Forza Horizon. And yes, Horizon's not the game to compare. Motorsport would be the game to compare. But the way we saw how that showing was when they unveiled it, it was like, oh, I'm looking at a photo of a mountain, and it looks like I'm actually looking at real live plants blowing in the wind. Oh, no. And then this car goes flying by, and it follows the car. And that's the gameplay. So it's like almost seamless as far as the graphical detail all around the world and the cars. I think you're not going to see as much detail. Like there tends to be more detail on some things on Gran Turismo, like the stitching on the wheel or the perforations in the seats and stuff like that. Like they go to the nth degree on that. You're not really looking at the perforation on the seat because you're facing out the windshield, not looking behind you on what you're sitting on type of thing. But that's some of the differences, but they don't tend to always look as good as the replay. And I don't think they were intentionally hiding it, but I think there was a push not to show as much of the gameplay in comparison to replay, because that's like the the gem at that point. That's the highlight. That's everybody takes pictures in Gran Turismo in scapes because that's like photo level plus mode compared to any other game's photo mode type of deal. Not knocking Forza's photo mode, but there's a difference in the world. Like you're not actually driving around in the world of those scapes pictures. You're just placing a car in a as true to form real life rendering of that landscape, like almost like they've how they scan stuff with 3D scanners. It's almost like they scan that entire scene to the nth degree. So the crack in the road, or the the chip on the window, or the tire rubber on the track, all of that's in that scene as if you were really there. And now we're just going to plop a car in that picture. It's not that you can move around like you're driving that area, but it looks as realistic as a photo would type of thing. It's just a little oomph better than what you can do in like a Forza game, just because of that level of detail that they put into it.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be awesome what they're gonna do for Forza. I think Gran Turismo, it's gonna be interesting to see the battle between the two this year, because I think Forza Motorsport's hitting at the end of the year, so there's gonna be a lot of comparisons. You know how it happens.
Mario Kart 8 DLC coming out too.
Well, we're gonna get those. You're gonna get those people sharing their screenshots of Mario Kart and then sharing their screenshots of Forza Motorsport and being like, which one looks better? That's what's
Does Mario Kart have ray tracing?
No, people are already saying the DLC is a downgrade from Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart 8 has ray tracing. You're going to see a lot of fried switches, I think. It'll be like, oh, and ray tracing, and it spontaneously.
You just gotta like shine a flashlight on your Switch. That's how you get it. So we haven't done this in a while, guys. I figured this might be fun. We're gonna wing this right now because I just did it. We're doing a kill it, and this we're gonna end the show with this. Okay,
like Forza and
toxic.
Grand Theft.
No, this won't get that toxic. Okay, because we. Well, there's one of these IPs we could be potentially like beholden to. However, but they're all kind of new things, right? So we're gonna have some fun here. Now, if you guys haven't watched on this show before, okay, we do this from time to time. This is something called Kill It. Now, I'm gonna go through, and each one of these lucky panel members is going to have to kill something, okay? Now, if they kill it, it not only ceases to exist, anything future coming from it ceases to exist. Our memories of it vanish. It's like poof. Like if it had a franchise or anything to do with it before, it's gone, right? This is just gone, period. Okay. So this Kill It is going to be 4 new games that are coming to Xbox. Going to be in Game Pass, and they're also kind of new IPs. One of them's not a new IP, but like as far as video games go, we haven't gotten one in this franchise for a really long time. So these are all Xbox games. All right, guys, are you ready? I don't think you're ready for this. Redfall, Contraband, Avowed, or Indiana Jones? We got to kill one of these games.
Son of a bitch.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Yes, baby.
I go first.
Kill everything but Redfall, because I don't give a fuck about any of the other ones.
Okay. You may like some of them. You got Contraband's going to be like a co-op multiplayer car heist game.
Oh, okay. You can keep that one.
Okay. So you say you got to pick one. Just pick one.
What was what is the Avowed?
Avowed, Indiana Jones.
That?
It's like a Skyrim, like a big fantasy open world RPG. Okay.
Yeah, that's garbage.
Okay. All right. So Kate says Avowed. That was easy for her. A little too easy. Lupa, Kill It. Indiana Jones, Avowed, Contraband, or Redfall?
Not Redfall, not Avowed. between the other two.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Contraband.
Ooh, Contraband out from Avalanche. Okay. You didn't like the trailer? Did you have something against it?
Yeah, I do. No, you giving us those 4 bloody choices in them with.
Better or not, it's got Steely Dan in it. Any trailer with Steely Dan is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna try them all. But
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna love Avowed. And I know I'm gonna love Redfall. So we don't really know much about Contraband, so
Yeah, Avalanche heist game, co-op multiplayer type thing, or multiplayer. That's all we know. So I don't even know if we know when it is. 2023? Did they say 2023 or is it?
I
think they did
something like that.
All right, so
2023.
So Lupa says Contraband. Kate says Avowed. What about Jasper? What does Jasper have to say?
I'm gonna go with Avowed because I feel like you can get a fantasy experience in other forms like Elder Scrolls Online or stuff like that. Whereas like Indiana Jones, I will say, has the most potential to disappoint.
Yeah,
but it's more unique.
What I was joined with. I was like, Indiana Jones has been done to death.
They gotta have a good whip mechanics in Indiana Jones.
Whereas I feel like the other games might have potential to be more unique, whereas we've seen fantasy RPGs before. It's like,
right. So you don't want Xbox to buy Lord of the Rings and make a big Lord of the Rings fantasy RPG because it's up for sale.
Yes, I do.
I mean, if they make it, I'll play it. But
okay.
Well, they sort of already have done that with forgotten it now. But
right, because we got Dragon Age coming out too, so that could be a fantasy RPG.
Yeah.
Shadow Wars and all that.
Yeah. Yep.
I played both of them. They were really good. And I know there's another one in the works.
Yeah.
Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of War.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with that IP. Pong Soul. You got a tough decision here, man. Now, I know you're really excited about all 4 of these games.
Of course.
Because you're a grazer. You try
each one has potential.
Yeah, each one has a lot of potential, and each one could suck ass. We don't know, right? But
that is very true.
But they all have, I think, potentials of being great franchises and great games that could spawn more.
Yeah.
So
my decision actually changed while you were speaking.
Did it?
That's how tough this is.
Okay.
Yeah, it actually did. Yeah, it did. So I'm not killing Avowed, right? Obsidian, Western RPG. No, that ain't going nowhere. Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Redfall, looter shooter. No.
Yeah.
One of my favorite genres of all time.
Yeah.
Not
vampires. I mean, come on.
Vampires. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You want to kill up some vampires.
So that leaves Contraband and also Indiana Jones.
The dog, Indy.
That's correct. So here's where it switched between these two. I was going to first say Contraband. Love Avalanche, and I love the premise behind it. And again, any team that pulls out the Steely Dan and uses it in their trailer, I'm all for, right?
Yeah.
So, but the whole idea set in the 70s, heist, car combat with some gunplay, planning out, robberies, drug runs, whatever the heck we're going to be doing in that game is all about it. And I love Avalanche. So, but I was going to kill that one because I love Indiana Jones. However, here's why I switched. If you could guarantee me that we were getting prime Harrison Ford Indiana Jones, then I would have kept Indiana Jones. But we're not. We're probably not. Right. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm afraid of. Right. So yeah. As much as I love the Tomb Raider,
it's gonna be Tom Holland.
Oh God!
No,
help us all.
It's going to be compared to Uncharted and Tomb Raider.
Yeah. And I love Uncharted and I love Tomb Raider, right? So I love both of those. I'm afraid because I come from the prime of indie. I started with Indiana Jones. Like I can't see others as Indiana Jones. Like I have a real hard time with that.
It's
so I'm afraid even if the game is great, even if it's rivals Tomb Raider and Uncharted in terms of adventure. I like it, but it'll still be missing something for me. So that's why I say kill off Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I'm changing my mind too. I'm going to go with indie.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I'm like Pong, I'm old school, and I can't see Chris Pratt playing Harrison Ford's part very well at all.
I can't see anybody playing Harrison Ford's
No.
part. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Did y'all
really
see
hard
this
for me.
movie called Age of Adeline?
And
Yes,
I agree
absolutely.
with
The-
Asante. It is going to be compared to Uncharted, Tomb Raider, and the other
Well,
one.
Indiana Jones started it all. So
Yeah.
But it's still going to be pretty run of the mill. We know what we're going to get, right? Whereas with the others, we don't know what we're going to get.
I
We don't know
what
we're
I'm
gonna get out of the
yet.
indie
Well,
though.
see,
Yeah, Indie's gonna be interesting on how they
And
do
Machine
it. If
Games,
they do,
like it's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy.
Machine Games is first-person shooters a lot, not really third-person. So we'll see if that's.
Like there was a good Indiana Jones game that came out on Xbox, like
Was it good,
original
though?
Xbox. It was okay, actually. It still holds up.
Yeah, I
Go
played
try
that.
it out. But like this new one, like I don't know. It could be. They could go in so many different directions, man.
They really could.
It's like
Yeah, it
I
could.
have no idea what they're gonna do with it. But like the guy that played young, like in Age of Adeline, there's like Harrison Ford's in it,
yes,
right? And then there's
yes.
an actor that portrays
Correct.
a younger version of him, right?
who does a very good job.
And he looks uncanny like young Harrison Ford, and he sounds uncanny like young Harrison Ford.
Yes.
And then for some reason in the Solo movie, they didn't cast that guy.
I was gonna say, yeah, you
Correct.
talking about Solo movie?
Correct. Correct. Age of Adeline is a great movie too.
It
Anybody who
is.
hasn't seen it, go watch
Yeah.
it. It's an excellent movie.
So like I don't know, maybe they could get that guy like as like just knock off Harrison Ford. You know what I mean? It's
Still be knocked off. The swap meet Harrison Ford is still swap meet Harrison Ford. I can't do it.
How many planes has this guy crashed?
oh, that's true. You gotta crash at least 3
He loves
before you
crashing
can
his
qualify.
plane.
Come on.
I'm glad you
Come
made the joke because
on.
I was about to hit something like that. I was like, yeah, I'll take plane crash Harrison Ford over Tom Holland or Shia LaBeouf.
So you have to have lived through a plane crash in order to be Indiana Jones. That's going to be the
Yeah.
qualifications at this point. So what about Travis Barker? Let's go. Like, you know, just have a new age alternative version of Indiana Jones. Okay. All right. So you said Indiana Jones. Lupa changed hers to Indiana Jones. Kate said Avowed. Who did you say, Jasper? Avowed. So we got 2 for Avowed. We got 2 for Indiana Jones. Fuzzy Belvedere. What do you say, man?
It's got to be Indiana Jones, and the only reason why is I'm hopeful that with this Activision deal, and hopefully it goes through, nice and smooth. Pitfall, bring back Pitfall to replace Indiana Jones.
Okay,
that'll be the game to have at that point, and that could be that nice fit in between like a Tomb Raider and Uncharted.
Yeah,
but car combat and heist contraband. Yeah, no, I'm not parting with that. Same thing with Avowed, RPG, magic spells,
Obsidian.
Yeah, exactly. Obsidian, no, not giving that up.
An awesome
and then looter
Yes.
shooter, but with vampires. Yeah, I'm in. The Indiana Jones is about the only one that's like.
And you know what? Indiana Jones is going to wind up being one of the greatest games too, just because we all did this. It's another dream game by Todd Howard. Todd Howard's wanted to do an Indiana Jones game forever, so watch, it'll turn out to be
which is why
absolutely
I'm not
ridiculously
picking
good.
that game. Psychonauts. What do you say, man? I mean, it's a tough choice. We got 4 exciting new
asshole.
games coming to the Xbox platform. You got Indiana Jones, Avowed, Contraband, and Redfall. Like mix of genres and everything here. You know.
Why you gotta do this to me, man? Why you gotta do this?
It's time. It's been a while.
Well, fucking Redfall and Avowed, those you just can't. Those 2 games are just gonna be pinnacle. You have to. Those gotta stay. Contraband, it's like it's gonna be great. Will it fall as like a what's that? Wildlands? or in Indiana Jones, could that be better than? I mean, that started the whole Tomb Raider and Uncharted. Treasure
Yeah.
Hunter, Tomb Raider. It's just
You could be killing off
there's
Xbox's Uncharted series.
yeah. There's so much.
Wait, does
It's
this
so much.
also mean you kill off the Indiana Jones movies?
Yes. You're killing off everything Indiana Jones. Okay, no, that's
So-
not
Not
fair.
movies.
No, that's
not movies.
That's not fair. I'll take that
No.
out of the equation just for the simple fact that that's just too heavily weighted. Like this is
Yeah.
not fair to the other games that are in this list. So no.
Exactly.
Movies still exist.
So
But you do kill off the original Xbox game.
yeah, that one you kill off, and any other like old DS games or any other stupid.
The old
shit.
arcade
Yeah.
game. Oh,
Yeah.
that was really good. When you were freeing the kids. Oh god, that was so good.
So it's hard because Contraband could be really freaking good. Drug running and
It's
Right up your
Always
alley.
good.
It's
Drug-
your dream, Psychonauts.
Yeah.
Could be in his
Be a
element.
drug mule.
Isn't that why you're moving?
Hey, that was confident. All right, that was confident.
Psychonauts has
No.
watched way too much Miami Vice.
I have to go with Contraband.
Wow. I'm surprised because the
I
drugs
like-
aspect.
I know, but Indiana Jones has that freaking asshole. It's just Indiana Jones, man. It could have so much potential, and Todd Howard behind it. That guy. Anything he touches, he didn't touch freaking 76, and we see what happened there. So, Contraband. I'm sorry, Contraband, but Avalanche Studios. I just have to kill that off.
What happens if Indiana Jones, they actually, like, Todd has listened to everybody that's talked about Uncharted and Tomb Raider. And yes, there's a lot of people who love what they are, but everybody's been clamoring for Tomb Raider to be actual Tomb Raider with puzzles and like you're really
Yes.
hunting down big treasure. What if they go that route? That'd be so
That's
freaking
what I'm
cool.
thinking, because that's what the movies were about. They're
Right,
about the
correct.
treasures.
Right.
And the
crystal
freaking
stone.
Traps and the puzzles and all that stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the freaking tombs. That was the whole thing with Indiana Jones, and it's just that has me so hyped for Indiana Jones, and Machine Games hasn't done third person, but hey, we didn't think that a card game studio could make Fable, and the still shots from that look amazing from what I've seen so far, and so I'm gonna go with Contraband. Goodbye. Sorry.
Okay. Shit.
So
Well,
you're the deal breaker. You're the deal breaker between
All right.
Indy and Avowed.
I got to make a decision. Okay, so it's not Indiana Jones because of the Todd Howard aspect. He's been wanting to do this for forever, right? Finally got it done. He's actually overseeing this game as well, right?
Mhm.
More in the executive role as opposed to just as much hands-on, but he's gonna be everything's got to go through him still before it makes it into that game, right? I can't take away a Todd Howard creation. I just can't do it. So I'm gonna.
I couldn't.
Avowed is like Obsidian's big chance, right, to finally make this huge budget fantasy RPG. They've always been make the sequel for us, guys. Make the sequel for us, or make this other, get this other project funded. They originally did Neverwinter Nights 2, then they did Fallout New Vegas, and they were that
Knights of the Old Republic too.
Knights of the Old
Grounded.
Republic 2, right? And they have all these other projects now that they've done that have been Outer Worlds, right? That got greenlit from Private Division, right? But that didn't have a massive budget. You know what I mean? So this is that opportunity for Obsidian to really just go all out for the first time ever, really, and show their true, like, what they're really capable of. So I can't kill that, right? Can't do it. Redfall, shit, that just sounds like too much fun. You know, and also you're looking at Arcane. They just had Deathloop. It's like a Game of the Year candidates all over the place, right? The multiple Game of the Year type candidate games coming out of Arcane. So what it comes down to for me is what has the developer done in the past. And, you know, even Machine Games, I mean, Wolfenstein games have been fantastic, right? So I look at Avalanche Studios, they've had good games, but not the caliber of some of these other devs on this list. So I'm looking at Contraband and saying, hey, even though I think it's going to be great, I think this is going to be a big step up for them, and it's got a lot of potential, and I'm really excited for it. It's got to be the one that's got to go on this list. So the other ones are too important. So, all right, Contraband, Outski. That means, so we got 2 Evals. We got
3 indies and 2.
3 Indiana Jones. No, did somebody, can y'all change Indiana Jones? Can you like not do that? Because I don't want it to win. All right, so Indiana Jones is gone, I guess. Shit. What did we just do here?
Not for us, Mav, though. Not for us.
Okay.
Well, not for me either.
Luckily for everybody, these games are all actually going to be coming out, hopefully. And they are going to be in Game Pass, and we're all going to get to play and enjoy these awesome games. So that was fun. Kate had to go because my daughter was like needed some stuff. So shout out to Kate. This is going to be the end of our show. I appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys rock. Thank you all for being here. It was an awesome time tonight. We moved through these topics quick tonight. It's kind of crazy, except for Fuzzy's like 20-minute rant on detail and stitching. On
if you ask him anything about any of the racing games, that's what you get, brother.
Bad.
No, it's all right. I asked you that question because I knew you loved it, man. So, you know, thanks to everybody again in the chat. You guys rock. Make sure, hey, guys, hit the like button, share this out, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't checked us out before, we're going to be live again tomorrow on FSP with Fuzzy, if you're able to be there, Fuzzy, and also with Gaming Key as well. But hey, catch out. Breakout.
Catch up.
Are we naming IPs now? Breakout. Pong.
Yeah.
All right. No, catch Caitlin on her YouTube channel. It's Caitlin. It's in the description below. And it's a link. And she's doing like these crumble reviews for crumble cookies and all this stuff. She loves it. She's doing like little videos for kid stuff that she does around the house. Stuff.
She shows off her cookies.
Yeah, she shows off her cookies and her goods. So
and she had breaking news announcement today too.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. She's going to do some of that for our channel as well.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, do you like that?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, so she does a good job with stuff. So she's going to be doing more of that for us here as well. Trying to, like, when this cool news breaks out, you know, we'll just do a little short thing and just get it out there for those that are interested. But yeah, check her channel out. She had her first one, I think today, just hit 1,000 actually views on one of her reviews on YouTube. So she just started doing this a few weeks ago. So check it out. If you like food, you will like her channel. And I don't know anybody that doesn't like food. So check that out. Now also Jasper doesn't like food. Yeah, does he?
No.
I don't like food.
You don't like food either, Lupa?
Not anymore.
No.
Okay. Not anymore.
Anything gluten.
Not since I got celiac disease. I'm like, nah, food's shit. I just have to eat it because I got to now, and I used to enjoy it.
Yeah, we talked about it. How you used to really enjoy that spotted dick a lot.
Yeah, a lot of spotted dick. Love the old spotted dick.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Lashings of custard.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Lupa, I love that you're here with us every week. It's just a joy to have you here. Thank you for being here. Make sure everybody knows where they can find you, including I got your Twitter handle in the description below.
Oh, thank you. You can all find me here on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. UK time. And I think it's, I've forgotten what the Pacific time is, whatever. You can find me at AssassinLupa on Xbox and Twitter. And I'll catch you all gaming, guys. Chat, you've been awesome. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here.
Yeah. Chat was on fire tonight, guys. It's like, everybody seemed like they're having a fun time. Psycho was having a fun time before he got here because he got drunk with his brother and then showed up. But you know what? Was it like noticeable to me that like drunk Psycho almost makes more sense than regular Psycho?
Completely agree.
It's more like
every Friday.
It's more like drunk versus high, right? It's not. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
I mean, no, seriously,
High Psycho just rambles on. And just,
You had a lot of great. You had a lot
so
of great points tonight, man. You know, so drink some more, whatever the hell it is that you had tonight at the bar there in Virginia.
Pictures of Miller Lite. Oh, yeah.
Right on, man. Love you being here, bro. Every week, man. You being here even when you're like on a freaking like cross country trip to move, and your car's like going through hell, and you know all this stuff, and
dude.
it's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Well, tonight, chat, you know, it's great to have you guys here, and you know, not broken down on the side of the road. But tonight, I was like, you know what, me and my brother, we haven't hung out like this in 20 plus years. So I was like, you know what, I don't get this opportunity often. So let's go out.
Jumped in the chat, Psycho.
Did he?
Who? I didn't.
No, your brother. Elias
Did he?
Costas? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
He
shit.
jumped in the chat. I said
I don't
hello to
have
him.
my chat. Hello, brother. Yeah, so if I could, you know, just having car issues. So I was like, you know what, hanging out with my brother in Virginia, trying to get that fixed. It'll be until Wednesday until I get down to Florida. So that's been a freaking hassle. But you know, other than that, you guys can find me everywhere on social media. CLoWnZ. You can find me Wednesdays on Fun Pop at 7 with Mav and Jasper, and you can find me here Fridays with the grade 8, enjoying, except for 3-bit, when you know, even I went out and I still made it to the show. 3-bit.
Miss you, 3-bit and lady.
Yeah, miss you guys. But yeah, it's a great time. Always love doing these shows with you guys. You know, you guys are like family, so it's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
you
for having
too,
me
man.
on.
Yeah, love you being here, man. Thanks for coming, Jasper. When you're not, you know, spawn killing people in Crossfire X, and also disappointing me by telling me that I didn't rip off Ubisoft, and they actually just gave us all Riders Republic for free for the weekend. Where else can everybody find you?
Jasper_gaming_ on Twitter, Jasper Gaming on YouTube, Wednesday on Fun Pop. This Fun Pop should be pretty big this week because we're getting a bunch of Super Bowl trailers, I think. So we might have a lot to talk about this week.
Yes. Oh, that's a good point.
Those trailers, dude, that collage trailer today with DC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, and shout out to 3-bit, who, like, I don't know even if I'm allowed to say, but he may be working on some things you may see around that time. I'll just say that. Right, that's vague enough, right? So
Yeah.
shout out to 3-bit who's working on all that stuff. But yeah, and again, keep up those Crossfire X streams because nobody else is streaming them, you know. So I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Awesome gameplay though, for real. You actually made the game look good. Pong, Encyclopedia Gaming, dating back to the very first game ever made, the one and only brother from another, who is busy as all hell, working and then podcasting. It's like all you do.
Yeah, I know, right? Especially this week.
Play
Holy
games.
shit! Yeah, and play games here and there.
But where can everybody find you, bro? I know you got some stuff you're doing tomorrow.
Yeah, sure do. Tomorrow's a big day. As always, great night. Sorry I was a little bit late again. Obviously, real life Fridays are getting busy for me at work, but it's been a fun week. Lots and lots of news, man. This has been an interesting week. Just finding out a lot about people in this community, not just specific people, but just in general, right? The thought process, the psychology that some of us have here. So it's been a very, very entertaining, interesting week. But no, it was great to be here. And eye-opening. Yeah. That as well.
I agree.
Exclusive, I'm not supporting.
But family, it was great to see you. Fuzzy, brother, of course, awesome to have you here, sir. I can't wait to be on another show with you tomorrow night. So I like it. I like it a lot, but then it's always great to hear your thoughts, man, and especially about like Gran Turismo, because I know I'm going to get down to the nut and bolts with you. So I love that. But it was fantastic. Chat, you guys were amazing. It was lit up tonight. You guys were talking about all sorts of stuff in there. Love to see it. Thank you all for coming out and supporting us as always. Nothing but love and respect for each and every single one of you out there as well. But Pong Soul, Xbox, Pong Soul, Twitter, tomorrow morning, living split screen. Look, Steel Rain has been busy in real life, right? So my brother from another over there, tomorrow morning, man, he's telling me I'm going to have to bring the topics tomorrow, and he's going to have a lot to say because he's just catching up basically tonight on a lot of the stuff that's going down.
Ooh, wow.
So tomorrow morning is going to be interesting. I mean, he's got the generals, but he hasn't been watching shows this week. I don't think at all.
Is he one of the ones we got to worry about, or?
No, no, he is not. He is not one of those emotionally wrapped up. He gets it.
Making sure.
He gets it. No, he gets it. We've been talking. We've been talking about.
I know he does. I'm just messing around.
Yeah. I know. So, but it's still going to be interesting to hear his thoughts because, like I said, he hasn't had a whole lot of time to kind of talk about it or think about it a lot. So tomorrow morning, living split screen. It's going to be fun. There's going to be probably at least one rant, a get help segment, I'm sure, from myself, because man, like I said, I got a lot. So tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central Time, living split screen. Split screen is all one word. Bring a friend. Tell your friend to come on by, check us out, see if they like it or not, because we are in mission 1K this year. So we're about to hit 500 here soon, but we'd like to see some new people in that chat. So tell people about us, please. I'll be putting out a tweet in the morning early. So please, if you see it, if you can help us share it out, greatly appreciate every single one of you. Living split screen tomorrow morning. And then, of course, the Shop Podcast, PTK Blam's channel. PTK was in the chat. Shout out to you, brother. Always a fantastic time over there. And I think we got a special guest, don't we, tomorrow night?
Yeah. I don't know who's the guy you're going to have on there?
I don't know. Somebody else that you're seeing currently here is going to be on the show. Yeah, that's right. Mav is going to be on the show. No, Fuzzy's always there. He's part of the panel. So Fuzzy, myself, PTK Blam, and of course, Mav will be there tomorrow night. And then other than that, Tuesday, Xbox Factor Podcast, Double Barrel Gaming, Mr. Boomstick Show, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock Central Time. We always have a great time there. Mav shows up every week that he can. Obviously Archimedes, Mr. Joanna Dark, myself. And again, I'm not even going to name the man who has disappeared from podcasting permanently. A little guy that we know here. His name is 3-Bit, but he is still welcome to show up on Xbox Factor Podcast anytime. So join us there Tuesday. Yeah, right. 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock Central Time. And then Thursday, PM in the PM, Pong and Mav in the PM. We just had Boomstick on last night. If you did not see that show, please go check it out. We had a lot to say about everything going on last night. It was a great show to have Boom on and just be able to sit back and talk, the three of us. So please go check that out. But PM in the PM, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Central Time. Be there or be square, as we used to say back in the day. Love to see everybody coming out for that show as well. Otherwise, it's golden age of gaming, people. It is the golden age of gaming. This is absolutely insane what's going on right now. Transformational is what this industry, what's happening to this industry right now. So love to see you all around. Love to talk to you. Play what you love what you play. And I will see you all real soon. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, man. And Fuzzy, did I do your outro? I'm sorry. I like Pong's was so long that I forgot.
No,
okay.
I'll I'm gonna keep it quick. It was so much fun to be on.
You
here
forget
with you
people
guys.
anyways.
I know I do. I'm just giving you shit. I'm just giving you shit.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, Pong covered it for Shop Podcast for tomorrow, but a little bit earlier that tomorrow evening I'll be on FSP with Mav and Just Key. So definitely look forward to that. As well as on Monday, we'll be doing tidbits with a few more game releases, some pretty big ones coming out in the next couple of weeks. And then on Fridays, you can find me on Breakfast with Boom with Mr. Boomstick, Mr. Badbit, Big Cloud Gaming when available, Dreadpool and Crispy Bomb and VJ. Just going over recent topics. But man, it was awesome being on here with you guys tonight. A lot of laughs, man. This was awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it here tonight, man.
And just to add to the Shop Podcast tomorrow night, I forgot PTK Blend
Yes.
did confirm that KhAos ThEory will also be there with Mav.
nice.
So this is going to be an absolute killer show tomorrow night on the shop.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be fun.
Speaking KhAos ThEory and I will be on the Gaming Circle podcast tomorrow morning, Saturday, 9 a.m. for my time, 10 a.m. his. I got to get up early on a Saturday.
Doing 3 podcasts tomorrow?
Yes. I'm going to be on 3 podcasts tomorrow.
He's trying to be
It's
me.
okay.
He's trying to be
You know
me.
what?
And he's competing against me in the morning as well.
I've done 4 in one day. I can do 3 in one day. It's no sweat. Let's go. Right? No, for real. I'm super excited and honored that they asked me to be a guest on their show. So we will be up head to head competing against Pong and Steel and Living Split Screen. You know, I'm gonna still have my tab open for them and say hi and stuff, you know, but I'm gonna be engaging.
We still have longer shows than them, so we still win at the end of the day.
You're right. It's if it's about length.
It's always about length.
Yeah.
Pause.
Well, what if their show
How
has more
girthy is your
girth,
tab?
right?
Or width. It's about how
we're
you use
girthy
it.
too. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
It's not about length or width. It's how you use it that counts.
So we could just do no, I can't say that. Never mind.
We're still talking about podcasting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I was gonna say it. No, I can't fucking say it. That's too bad. I'm gonna have to delist this show if I say that. Okay, so Gaming Circle podcast, guys. Tomorrow morning I'll be there on KhAos ThEory's channel with him, and John Wolf is gonna be there. Everborn is gonna be out because he's got stuff to do, but it's gonna be an absolutely great time. We're gonna have a blast. Then tomorrow, again, FSP with Fuzzy and Key, 6 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna have a lot of fun talking. I want to talk some more about Nintendo. We had the Nintendo Direct and all this stuff. We're gonna have fun talking about that tomorrow. Then, again tomorrow, it's Shop Podcast, guys. Check me out over there. We're gonna have fun with 2 of these gentlemen here, and also some others. So it's gonna be a blast tomorrow night. Hope to see you there. PTK Blam was super excited to have me there. I mean, I'm gonna see KhAos ThEory a lot tomorrow too. It's gonna be interesting. A bookend my day with KhAos ThEory. That's how it's gonna go. Then
KhAos ThEory sandwich.
You heard them talk about Fun Pop, right? Fun Pop's gonna be amazing this week. Jasper said it. PM in the PM, Pong Soul. We're having a great time on that show. Fridays right now. Xbox Ultimate, and that's it, guys. So audio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all that stuff. Check it out. I appreciate all the support, guys. You're amazing. Ham Solo hit us with the closing of the show super chat, a $2 super chat. Appreciate you, Ham Solo, coming over here from GRG.
Good to see you, brother.
He says, good to see everyone. Good to see you too, man. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Love you all. Bye-bye.
At your
Later,
game,
everybody.
guys.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mhm.